Hey guys, I'm Scarfy,
I'm Naka.
And I'm Krüz.
and welcome to the season 4 finale and 50th episode of Subwuffer Entertainment Treehouse, a determinedly drunk, geeky, and cheerful podcast where wolves we house and a tree we entertain, bringing you all latest entertainment news. Sets a lot like a music appreciation class. We talk about what's going on in certain topics to see how people react to them in certain ways. And that song that you were listening to was "Time of Your Lives" by Pitbull featuring Neo. Oh my God, guys, I am so excited. We are celebrating our 50th episode. I mean, what do you guys have to say about that? Because I don't know about you guys, but I am beyond excited.
It's like Jackass #1 planned it that way. Jackass #1 being
My name is
Scarfy.
Krüz,
I mean
and welcome to
that in a joking way.
Jackass. We're gonna do good shit.
50!
This is 50 episodes,
Three-
guys. Just
50.
50. I mean, wow. I am speechless. I'm really surprised that we were able to make it that far. I am so happy that we made it to 50 episodes. Guys, thank you. We just wanted to say, thank you for taking the time to watching us, and we'll get down into that towards the very end. But
I want to apologize in advance if anybody hears any weird screaming and yelling in the next 5 minutes. There's still a football game on that my parents are very interested in, so yeah.
nah, that's no problem. You've dealt with that before. Sorry about that. I had a little bit of
Pain in
a...
the dick.
You hear that, Felix? You're gonna be hearing a lot of that shit next time you play us.
All right. S.E.T has been brought to you by StreamLabs. We are a non-profit podcast, but we use this as our go-to for making more episodes and help them be bigger and better than ever before by purchasing equipment or other visual means. Please don't feel obligated. We are not asking for money to pay the rent, but if you ever have the heart to donate it, it is greatly appreciated.
For a second,
Guys,
it just sounded like you said visual memes. I'm like,
well,
what age
speaking
would
of...
have to pay for memes?
Speaking of visual memes, do we really want to bring up this visual meme?
Is it a meme? Well, you go ahead.
It is a meme.
But the most hated man on the internet with a very punchable face.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of you guys have heard about...
Was it Richard Spencer ain't got nothing on Ajit Bai? I'll just say right now. As far as
Spoiler alert.
As far as punchable faces.
So, guys, what do you have to say about this new Zootopia meme, comic book meme that is surfacing around on Twitter? Like, just wow.
All right, now seriousness, I'm pro-choice, but you have to talk about big fucking decisions like that with whoever you're living with / like your family or whatever. You just don't do it alone, you dumb fuck. That's my opinion on it.
Yeah, and not only that, but really premeditated sin. I've never heard of that phrase until just now.
Yeah. I mean, this is the kind of stuff I would expect to hear in like 2013, 2014. Now, so should have dropped that narrative by now. I mean, it's not an impossible situation. It's also kind of like, it's, I don't know. It's a really hard choice to make if it has to be made.
Yeah.
And it's to each their own what they want to do. And yes, it is a sin. I grew up in a Catholic family, but it's not like a black mark or like whatever you want to call it. It's not.
We're all sinners. We're all sinners. We don't really give a shit anymore. Let's just keep the show going.
Yeah. It's like it's not different than anything else, really. Or I don't think about it, but
yeah. But I think my favorite. Go ahead.
It's the one I did when Judy slapped Nick was because it reminded me of Pantera's The Vulgar Display of Power, the guy getting punched in the face. I was like, there you go. And then the Omaiwamu no Shinderu Nani?
My favorite one would have to be the
shit! I unplugged my headphones.
The room one. The room one was my favorite. I don't know about you guys. What do you have to say about this comic book, Naka?
Honestly, I read it and I'm just like, you're a dumb, stupid fuck for not actually talking about this situation before you went through with your decision. That's how I think of it.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, what the hell is this comic? Why is it getting so much hatred? I'm just like, yeah, it's somebody who's doing taboo, but fact of the fucking matter is, if they decided to talk about it before they had the abortion, that would have defeated the purpose of the comic. But fact of the matter is, you have to talk about those fucking decisions before you do anything with them.
Yeah.
Speaking of abortion, how come when it's chickens, it's an omelet, but when it's us, it's an abortion?
Well, as you all know,
name 6 ways we are better than chickens.
One is objectively tastier, mind you.
The chicken came before the egg. That's one sentence. That's one thing. But anyway,
well, that's a whole other can of worms right there.
Yeah. But anyway, enough about that. Why don't we talk about like MFF or something along those lines? Someone brought a fox over to MFF or something like that.
We've got an elephant in the room.
I thought like that was negative. I'm like, that's an adorable fox, but still, it's not a petting zoo.
Yes, there's an elephant in the room. And it is this Thursday. Thursday.
Do you want me to?
Yes, go into your spiel.
Okay.
There we go. It's gonna get worse.
So we're going to give you our opinion on what everyone has been talking about for the past few days, because quite frankly, it has gotten way too difficult to ignore for us. We at Subwuffer Entertainment make absolutely sure that we don't bring politics into the mix, because we are indeed an entertainment podcast, and if someone wanted to make a furry political podcast, that's all on them. So we steer clear away from political issues, trying to make sure that we stay on topic and remain as diplomatic, pardon the wordplay, as possible. With very rare occasional stabs to our current government system as of now, which brings us to our next point. Subwuffer Entertainment is something we do for fun. We don't do it because we want to be popular in the fandom or make tons of money. We do it because we want to give you the best appreciation of what we have to offer every week, and to gauge your interest into content that you guys may not have taken a second look at. On the last episode, we briefly went over a specific topic, but we didn't really have a segment to go off of due to Krüz's absence, and we wanted to make sure that he was here to be with us to listen to it, which we'll get into in a bit. But right now, we just needed to. We must now address this. We're not going to sugarcoat it. This is something that is very personal to us. Net neutrality, much like civil rights and human rights, while not in the same weight, but certainly in the same matter, is the key principle that internet service providers must treat all data on the internet the same and not discriminate or charge differently by user, content, website, platform, application, type of attached equipment, or method of communication. Net neutrality is the one thing that keeps our internet afloat, our live stream running well, and preventing ISPs from charging more money to use popular websites like YouTube, Twitter, Amazon, or even Netflix, as well as throttling our internet speeds to the point where we cannot see it due to buffering and molasses speeds. In 4 days, the FCC, that is the Federal Communications Commission, will try its hardest to repeal net neutrality, yet despite constant outcry from many different content creators and websites, the FCC has refused to back down or listen to us. So we at S.E.T are asking for a favor. We do not know the future of what S.E.T will eventually be like, because we are unsure what will happen when the FCC votes to repeal it, if whether they do, which is more than likely. But we want the FCC and you guys listening to know that despite of what the FCC is doing, if it chooses to deny the existence of voices unheard online, or if any country other than ours is doing this, then we are joining the fight for the net to make sure that our voices are heard. We will not be silent, and we will not go quietly. Our opinions will be spoken. So FCC, whether you are for or against net neutrality, snuggle in and get comfortable, because we're not going anywhere.
Go FCC yourself.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I'm gonna unload real quick, like unload. So the first thing is that you said not sure if other countries are doing this. You know what other countries are doing this? Illiberal democracies. That means countries that want to suppress public opinion or suppress, the press or whatever, what have you, because, they're run by a dictator. I mean, I don't think it's not the same case here exactly. It's more like this is more profit driven, obviously, because Ajit Pai was the CEO of Verizon. So there's an obvious motive behind that. PewDiePie decided he thinks it's like Ajit Pai's personal vendetta against the internet kind of thing. And, I did email my representative. I don't know to what end that's going to work, but I urge people to just send some message, do something, spread awareness of it, what have you. And, you know, if it comes to, if worse comes to worse, then, I mean, if it takes, buying a whole fucking internet package to keep the show going, then so be it. But we're not going to be quiet about it. And it's just, it's unacceptable. Like, they should be allowed to get away with creating millions of fake accounts or fake IDs to say, like, oh, we want to repeal net neutrality. Literally nobody fucking said that ever. They created fake accounts to this. This is not a conspiracy theory. This has been proven that fake IDs were created to supposedly voice the opinion that they wanted net neutrality to be repealed, and now FCC is using that as an excuse to do it. That's unfucking acceptable. Right? You can't do it. I mean, this is beyond. This is like, I mean, voter fraud is a thing that's like, it's at least hidden under the surface, but this is blatant here. Yeah. This is.
I mean,
I won't say basically attack on democracy, but it's pretty close. It's something.
I mean, it's basically the white man trying to take over the natives' land and making profit out of it. I mean, I know it's a really
rough analogy, but like, I think this is rough
analogy.
Trying
like,
to
not in
take the
weight,
money,
but
that's
not
the
in
thing.
terms of weight.
And that was the joke of Felix just said, like, or my dad's told me, like, they've used like names of people who are dead, deceased, to vote in like elections, and that's kind of, I imagine, the same principle that they've done here. I think hopefully that if I think the best chance we have realistically, and me being a poli-sci student, is that somehow forcing this to a congressional vote and making it so that we can at least delay the decision.
Yeah,
that's our best chance, I think, realistically.
Right. Yeah. And what do you have to say about this regarding net neutrality?
All right, I'm holding myself back because I will go on a profanity-filled rant, and I'm choosing not to do that.
We are a Christian channel.
Fuck, shit, fuck, damn.
Just say what you have to say.
Ship is fucking.
Honestly, the way I see it, if the FCC and Congress is like, yeah, let's repeal net neutrality, let's just get rid of it entirely. They're just going to let the beginning of freedom die. Really. Yeah. That's what it is.
Where a lot of resistance is born. I'm not one of those people with a resist sticker like fuck off, you piece of shit. You're pussy and you've never stood for anything in your life. But like, people, this is like literally like people's daily communications with each other and sharing of ideas. That's going to be suppressed. And if you're going beyond suppressing any resistance to go to just stopping people from talking to each other, that's a little, right. That's too far. I'll let you continue, Nugget. Let the rant train commence.
Full speed ahead. What I'm going to say is that basically repealing net neutrality is just basically you're going to get rid of the freedom that you're just going to start getting rid of freedom. First, it's the internet, and then it's going to be even phones for that fucking matter. It's going to be phone plans at that point, because it's already with TV. It's going to be phones next, and then it's going to be clothing, and it's going to be literature. It's just a downward spiral from here. Really, it's all that is. It's just going to be a downward spiral. I have contacted my representatives and my senators, and I have let them know that I have strong opinions about this, but I was putting it in professional matter, basically saying that if you let the FCC get away with this, you're not only letting down the people who you represent, you're letting down your cities that you represent, you're letting down the county that you represent, you're letting down the state that you represent, and you're letting down the country.
Right.
Because you let the FCC get away with stripping the First Amendment from people.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid, and not only that, this isn't just a Democratic issue. It's a Republican issue too, as much as I can really go into that.
But there was I think this was again another video on it that said that the support difference from parties in the neutral there's virtually no difference, like maybe 10% at most, I think, but that was really it.
Yeah, so really, guys, I mean, if this is not a bad time to bring up donations, it certainly is now, because I mean, granted, we weren't going to, like, after this, I mean, I didn't want to say, donate to us, because if you don't, hey,
Scarfy, I think we're about to hit a paywall.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly
the other joke was like, we want browsers to feel a sense of accomplishment by unlocking a new website. Go fuck yourself, you piece of shit.
Yay, EA microtransaction bullshit. Woohoo!
Yeah, there was a little video of like the Ajit Pai's face on some character, and then he washed the face off, and it was actually EA.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys,
like this is straight out of EA's playbook.
So basically, guys, net neutrality, we are avid supporters of net neutrality. Please contact your senators, contact your representatives, do whatever it takes, because I'm pretty sure even though net neutrality, even though we're stepping up to fight for net neutrality, the FCC is going to have their way, and there's nothing we can do about it. So I would recommend that you write a letter to your representatives, write a letter to your senators. I did so myself. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's really all I have to say regarding net neutrality. So why don't we get into on a more entertainment centered notes? Well, first off, I have to ask. You were absent last week, so while you're getting into music, what exactly happened?
Yeah, so you can go ahead and put up the thing. So this was the song I'm going to talk about, just sort of a personal reason. It's Five Finger Death Punch, Gone Away. It's the other new song from Decade of Destruction, along with Trouble. And besides being a fan of Death Punch, the song did have appropriate timing. It was released not like this past Friday, but the Friday before that, like a week ago. It was a week ago. I literally should have said that, but I'm stupid, okay? But yes, we had to fly down to Florida to attend my grandfather's funeral. And the day that I got there was when this song came out. And, I mean, Five Finger Death Punch ballads have a tendency to be direct and to the point, and hit you right in the feels. This one's no different. This song's subject is a mournful ballad about losing a loved one. Yeah, I already said that other part. But yeah, it was it was more like a celebration of life than like a mournful kind of occasion. We got to hang out, have drinks with family. My grandfather left behind a bottle of, I think it was 12-year scotch that we shared, like the gentleman that he was. And he did serve in the U.S. Coast Guard, so Semper Paratus, which means always prepared. And yeah, I got that keychain, so I always have that logo on me. Whether you've lost someone in your life or you just appreciate a good Five Finger Death Punch vibe, check this song out. And Naka recently reminded me that it's
a cover. No, it's literally a cover of The Offspring's "Gone Away."
Yes.
And there's nothing bad with that. I think it's very well done.
I think because
very out of the ordinary for Five Finger Death Punch.
When I was like hearing the song in my head, I was like, wasn't this song like a bit higher, like something like feels like heaven so far away? It sounded like something like that, and I'm like, couldn't put a finger on it. And like, you said Offspring, I'm like, wait, that's it. That's probably what
I heard some of the guitars, and then it's like the first lyric, maybe in another life. I was like, this is just a damn cover. And I'm saying that in a way that's saying it's just a cover song. It's not an original title, and I'm not discounting it.
I had no fucking idea. I'm literally just seeing this now. It is a cover, but it's a really fucking good one because Death Punch has a good way of like making covers that sound authentic and real. Like, because Bad Company's like their most successful song, but it's a cover. So is there's also House of the Rising Sun, which they adapted, sort of made their own, and that one was fairly successful as well. Now there's this. So yeah. Yeah, I think that, and I did see Zoltan's Snapchat. I think Ivan's back with the band. I believe they're still with Tony in Europe, and I love Zoltan's like on his Snapchat will just harass and like poke fun at their replacement singer Tony. It's fucking hilarious. But yeah, it was a good trip to Florida. We're going back for the holidays, and thank you, Shutter Wolf, for being clutch as always, and it was fun listening on the plane before I got gulagged by the Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's it for that part.
Well, regarding Five Finger Death Punch, first off, Krüz, I'm very, very sorry for your loss, and
we're all here together.
Yeah.
So raise your horns.
Yeah.
Drink to the fallen.
But regarding Five Finger Death Punch, I was listening to it. It sounds like a very, very interesting song. I did not know it was a cover. That made me blink a couple times when Naka mentioned it.
I felt like I'd heard it somewhere before. I heard it sound differently, and I realized I must have, because it sounded I have to listen to the original after this. Like, it just sound very much like something else, but. It didn't sound like their typical stuff, which made me think either it's something really experimental or it's a cover. And so it was the latter.
You know, speaking, I don't mean, so Five Finger Death Punch is, just this one. I was looking at the song and I was really listening to it, and I really liked it. Naka, what do you have to say?
I thoroughly enjoyed it because I'm a big fan of I'm a big fan of The Offspring, and then I'm starting to get into Five Finger Death Punch, and holy crap, this was good. I didn't mean that in a bad way. I'm just like, I'm out of words.
I know you like Offspring. I imagine, and also one of my other friends liked it because he sent me the song "Bad Habit" once, and I was like, this is fucking amazing. Cause I got a bad habit.
And regarding Krüz and his loss, Naka?
What you want to say to the birthday boy?
Shit happens in life. It's out of our control, and that's something that even I have trouble with coming to grips with. But, I'm also getting to a point in life where I'm actually scared of my grandparents passing, and unfortunately there are signs of some sooner than later.
It was...
And all I can say is, I'm sorry for your loss, but, we can continue.
Yeah, the thing was with this one, I think it was 2014. It was both of my father's parents passed within months of each other, and in addition to that happening, the side of the family was experiencing some financial difficulties because one family member was particularly stubborn with, it's kind of like the single person not cooperating. So that just added stress to the whole situation. I was failing in high school, and so there was a lot worse there. But here it's like, it felt like everything went a lot better. There's a lot more friendly support around, and I mean, I was like, it just felt like I never would have a time to feel sad there, which I enjoyed because it felt like it should have been, celebration of life, saying like, we'll see each other again in the next life or what have you, kind of thing. And I don't know, I just felt like that was the best way it could have gone. It was unfortunately on short notice, but it did end up being all right for Seth.
When I heard this news, and I'm not trying to dwell on it, but when I heard this news, we were originally just thinking about, hey, maybe we should just cancel because there's no way that we can just continue without Krüz. But then I thought long and hard. I'm like, You know what? No, I'm gonna ask someone, and we asked Shutter to fill in for Krüz.
I wasn't gonna have that. I mean, also, if it was like one of our first shows, like a third or fourth, that I wasn't there for some reason. I couldn't
Kyle,
get-
did you just donate money?
Maybe
Wait, what's going on?
And I was like,
I noticed that one of the audio tracks was going on. I'm just like, wait, what the hell? There's nothing playing.
Oh.
Let me check StreamLabs. Hey, Naka, what doing? It's my best Jeffy impression. Anyway, this is a jump cut because the stream went down, along with OBS, along with the internet that my dad decided to kill as he was setting up his Roku device. Gave me permission to throw him under the bus. And yeah, that's why we jump right from me saying, oh, fuck, to Scarfy saying that we're back, because that's kind of what happened. It was over a period of about 15-20 minutes. My dad felt bad, and he gave me permission to throw him under the bus. So here we are, returning with the not fucked up part of the show.
And we're back.
fuck it, we'll do it live. Fuck it.
So
Why don't you go ahead and tell them what happened, Naka?
essentially,
Well,
what just
The
happened
donation's so big, it just.
Naka, Krüz,
was that
quiet?
A, Kyle donated and I was checking on that, and B, my dad, who forgot I was doing this, was trying to set up a Roku box, and which is fine. It's fine. He was trying to set up a Roku box for the master bedroom because there's no streaming device up there, and that's fine. But somehow, I told him that the internet's down, and then he checked on the router and it's like, the router's not supposed to be like that. And he's just like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So
It's
pretty
like,
much what
immediately-
happened.
Yeah,
was
he
that-
said, "Ah, shit," and I was like, "Shit!" When I started laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we're back, bitches, and then we went into a frenzy, just saying, "Oh my God, we lost the stream, didn't we?" But no, we didn't lose the part of the stream.
Luckily-
so
luckily
all
it did
Naka
not
has to
come.
do is
Yeah, luckily it did
Reconnected
not
back.
come to that decision. We're gonna make the executive decision either to botch it and just keep going, or wait. But
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, we did.
yes. So we're very happy about that. Just this is why we do things. Anyway, let's get back
This
to the
is
original
a reason why
content.
I record the streams. And for that matter,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna. Unfortunately, I hate to say this. Thank God I don't have to do one of these streams for a while because everything has to be so uniform and so everything. Because if I'm
Right.
just streaming for fun on my own time, I'm just like, I don't really care if the stream goes down. It sucks, but I'll bring it back up. But I'm not in a fucking frenzy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different vibes.
But anyway,
I've done my own streams too. Yeah.
But you know what? We didn't stop. We recovered. We're back in business. So anyway,
Curse you, Ajit Pai!
now.
I
Naka.
actually do blame the FCC for this one.
Yeah.
Son of a...
So Naka, where were we?
We were about ready to talk about Eminem, but Kyle's donation, $100. $100.
Wow! Yay! $100.
It
I'm
took
so
a big
excited.
poopy on her stream.
Yeah. I wonder what we're gonna do for now.
I think we can split it evenly.
Hey!
Yeah.
We don't talk about the paperwork.
It's called an idea,
Money.
dude. It's not the actual thing that's gonna happen.
Yeah. It's not the actual thing that's gonna happen, but we'll see what happens with that donation. Anyway.
By the way, if the
Let's
internet
get-
just goes down one more time tonight, I'm just, I'm gonna make the executive decision and say I've had enough of this. Here's what you missed in like a side video, kind of like a history of the world type video. I'm just like, here's what you missed in this episode. We were gonna have a good time, but it turns out Ajit Pai and the FCC decided to say, go fuck yourself, and basically, here's what you missed. And it's really sad. I'm sad.
Yeah.
I miss you. How did this happen?
So anyway.
Speaking of Eminem, guess who's back?
Yes.
Back again. We are back, but Mom Spaghetti. That's right. It's Palm Spaghetti. He's weak on spaghetti. Vomit on sweater spaghetti. The whole crowd goes spaghetti. Well, not this one. This is an unusually calm thing to come from Eminem. I'm not really sure what this is about looking together. It sounds like it's about writer's block, because you can hear the sound of ripping paper and muttered cursing in the background. This is Walk on Water, I think it's called, and it features Beyonce, which I'm like, yeah, I could give two shits about. But this is the 9th studio album from Eminem called Revival. It will be released on December 15th. Yeah, there's better rappers out there. So
Yeah.
there's
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Mockingbird and I love Slim Shady, but yeah, I think Eminem is.
I love the memes that come from it. I will actually listen to the whole thing of like Mom's Spaghetti song, like unironically. It's just actually pretty fucking funny.
Well, I like Eminem when he was back in the Slim Shady days and his early stuff with D12 and everything, because that had that had charm to it. A lot of his music just kind of sounds the same to me, and I'm just like, no, stop.
Right. So, but yeah, that's really all I have to say regarding Eminem, and we are really behind on time, so,
Fuck it. I mean, game's about to start, fucking whatever. Are you ready for this? Crawling in my crawl. These crawls, they will not crawl. Oh, thank God it's not that ear rape bullshit. This right here, the link you see, is a link to the piano version from One More Light live. Not One More Night. Is essentially the band's heartfelt tribute to the late singer Chester Bennington, who sadly passed away this year. Goddamn
phone, stop.
I fucking love that. That was a good one. So yeah, this is a like One More Light, the song, which I think is on there also. It's more the toned down kind of vibe of them, because it's still uncertain whether they're going to keep producing music without Chester, or if they're going to re-recruit a singer, or just go on with without his vocals, or put his vocals into future songs like bands have done. They've done it with Hell Yeah has done it with the late Dimebag. They put some of his guitar tracks in their cover of I Don't Care Anymore. So we'll see what happens. But for fans who miss him, they can listen to him deliver some pretty actually good vocals, rather than trying to do that nasally scream. No. It's a great.
Yeah, but
meme,
I was looking
but still. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually listening to the music, and I was actually more mesmerized by the piano than the actual rock version of the song. So at least there's that. Would I listen to it again? Probably not, but I liked it for what it is. What do you have to say, Naka?
Linkin Park's one of those bands that, they do great tributes to musicians and even their own. They're a great band in general. They sound pretty good no matter how they sound, and this is a very fitting tribute.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway.
Moving on.
Oh, I just had to save something that's really fucking funny. It's about Finland.
Finland.
Krüz. We need to move
Krüz.
on. We don't have
Please.
time. We need to move on.
Sorry. All right. The next thing is N.E.R.D, which supposedly means no one ever really dies. Hold on. Funk rock. Bullshit. Again, there's no guitar in here, but I guess if Imagine Dragons can be rock with no guitar, then I guess this band, ? I don't know if they're really a band, because I actually looked them up.
Get Lucky funk rock.
Well, funk rock? I don't know if I go funk rock. I call it more like, it could be dance music without, with guitar or without being rock, kind of thing. It's just more like just a clean 4-chord progression kind of thing. This it doesn't even have like a guitar or drummer kind of list. It literally for each member it just says technician or something like that. I'm like,
Right.
Okay, that's not really a band. But anyway, the album is called No One Ever Really Dies, which is what their N.E.R.D kind of stands for. And I linked Lemon with Rihanna. The other song is 1,000 with Future. Not really anything interesting here. Just generic radio pop. The guys calling themselves rock without even having any fucking guitar or putting any effort into the songs for that matter. You need to stop. It's time to stop.
Right. And I don't have much to say on this because I hate to admit it, it was literally the one song that I accidentally skipped. So
I don't give a fuck about this band.
I didn't really miss much. If you've heard one, you've heard them all, really, at this point.
I haven't heard them. I haven't heard them, honestly, so I don't really know what to say.
It's just like a toned down kind of electronic beat, and then I know I see that too. Felix the face emoji. But it's like the only thing that's different are the vocals, really. That's it between song to song.
I don't give a shit about I don't give a shit about this band.
Yeah,
I really don't.
I don't really know if it's a band. I don't know if we can even call it a band at this point, at this juncture.
All right, so let's get into our next topic.
All right, last but not least.
All you have to do is read, Krüz.
Yeah.
I'm not copy and pasting, please. Yeah. Please, no. Yeah. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, it's good. I as will be a tradition inside. I did this last year just because you're running out of shit to do. But I actually think I have a good reason for doing this, and I kept track of albums throughout the year to do. And last year, But yes, I'll pick my top 10 favorite albums. Pretend I said that right. Last year's winner was The Last Stand from Sabaton. Who would it be this year? So at number 10, there is Body Count with Bloodlust. While rap metal has been dangerous territory for many bands, none have done it quite as well as S.E.T's heavy metal band Body Count. Featuring Dave Mustaine from Megadeth, Max Cavalera from Sepultura, and Soulfly and Randy Bly from Lamb of God. Body Count is a hard-hitting band that successfully blends rap and heavy metal without sacrificing the quality of either. Civil War with Dave Mustaine, All Love Is Lost with Mac Cavalera, and Walk With Me featuring Randy Bly. Funny enough, Lamb of God has a song called Walk With Me in Hell, and Black Hoodie and the cover of Raining Blood and Postmortem from Slayer are highlights. Whoa! All right, and speaking of Sepultura, they are at number 9. Sorry to keep you on the fly again, Naka, but...
It's all right. I found a way to do everything. It's okay. Go!
We'll do it. All right. Despite the band having none of its original members from its glory days in the 80s, the Brazilian thrashers have put forth a world music-infused album that was a great birthday present as it was released on my birthday, January 13th, which is not too far away. It's about a month away now. And it's a really solid effort from these guys. I listened to it while I was in Germany, and I was really, really impressed with it. Phantom Self, I Am the Enemy, Vandal's Nest, and Chosen Skin are my favorites here. And of course, it's the age-old about society's conflict with technology, the whole end result of AI taking over the world or what have you. And the cover art is pretty fucking phenomenal, I have to say. It's very strange but beautiful. Right. And yes, speaking of thrash, up next is Creator with Gods of Violence. German thrashers Creator charge forth relentlessly with a perfect combination of dark, evil-sounding thrash like Slayer and epic melodic thrash like Testament in Gods of Violence. The title track, Gods of Violence, Satan is Real, Totalitarian Terror, and The Lion with Eagle Wings are highlights of this album. And fun fact, this cover is only the North American cover. The rest of the world has a different album cover, which you can look up if you so desire. But I personally prefer this one better. Up next, from our own fandom, is Fox Amore with The Dreamcatcher. The Scottish composer and furry fandom member, Fox Amore's Celtic adventure called The Dreamcatcher may be his best work yet. Crafted like a video game soundtrack reminiscent of Ori and the Blind Forest, which was an amazing game, and I'm super excited for the sequel. This album is worth listening to for furries and non-furries alike. The title track, Resurgence, Flight of Unity, Bitter Lake are the highlights.
Just one quick thing to say. This is one of the things that brought you into orchestral music, isn't it?
It wasn't. I wouldn't say brought into because I'd seen sorry, before this, I'd seen Nightwish live because they were with Sabaton one of the times I saw them, and that really reinforced me with like the orchestral metal music. And
Right.
of course, no confirmation yet, but Fox and Mori has hinted at something featuring symphonic metal. We don't know yet. Fingers crossed. But yeah, this is very, very well done. Very, it really does a good job of like world building around you. Besides just the cover, it's one of those albums where if listen to it and look at the cover, then you're just like, it's like that's the doorway into another world, literally. And this is not the actual album cover, but this is a logo. But I think it's really cool. It has the Celtic knot and it has a wolf in the middle, and it's just fucking amazing. I have to say, the music, the visuals, really well done. Yeah. Now continuing with normie or non-furry music, we have I just went back. We have the Foo Fighters, Concrete and Gold. After surprise release of Run, Foo Fighters have made a new album, and to say that they have pulled out all the stops in this album would be an understatement. Like Dragon Force, how is that oh, never mind, I'm dumb. Like Dragon Force, they did something different on one song for the vocals, letting their drummer sing Sunday Rain and having none other than Sir Paul McCartney, yes, that is right, the Paul McCartney, take over on drums for that song. Other than that, it features some of the best songwriting in the band's history. A very clearly Pink Floyd-influenced title track is a powerful operatic conclusion to this well-constructed album. The songs Run, released earlier this year as a single, The Sky is a Neighborhood, La-Di-Da, and the aforementioned Sunday Rain, and as I said, the title track are highlights of this album. Numero 5. It's not just the title that earns this one at this spot on the list, believe it or not. It is Rise Against Wolves. The whole album is actually pretty damn good, and this came at a perfect time to get me back into the band. Plus, Till McElrath screams a lot more on this album, which is great. The title track, Wolves, The Violence, Welcome to the Breakdown, and House on Fire, Bullshit, and Miracle are the highlights. And the not computer animation, but the visuals on the LED screens on stage during Wolves was pretty amazing. And now we're getting into top 5, where we already were, but it's getting closer now. Yeah. Next is Seether, Poison the Parish. After the relatively, sorry for going through puberty there. After the relatively weak performance of Seether's past 2 albums, Poison the Parish is easily Seether's best album since Karma and Effect. Sorry, Finding Beauty in Negative Spaces, you're great, but not as good as Karma and Effect. And this is a return to that era's raw, grungy sound, which is just what the band needed. I've been a Seether fan for years, and I came this close to seeing them live because my dad was a judge at the DC 101 Chili Cook-Off, and Seether was the headliner, but unfortunately we had to leave before that, which sucked. But I did get to see Middle Class Rut and Panic at the Disco. And this album was a breath of fresh air for me as a Seether fan. Betray and Degrade, Let You Down, Saviors, Nothing Left, Emotionless, and Sell My Soul are the highlights. This is a fairly large album as far as song count. I believe there's about 20 of them in there. So it's really take your pick, and because it's all really good stuff. And now for the top 3. This was a tough choice to really sort these out, but I feel confident in the rankings here. Yeah, number 3 is Trivium, The Sin and the Sentence. The return of Matt Heafy's screams and the mastery of new drummer Alex Bent made this a true return to form for Trivium after Silence in the Snow, which disappointed some fans, although I thought it was a really good album, although it was a little it just felt like they weren't doing it out of choice. They were doing it because Matt Heafy had hurt his throat and couldn't scream, so he had to do clean singing throughout the album. I believe that was the case there. But yeah, he's back screaming. He does it live. Although Corey does the main screams live. The title track for this album, Beyond Oblivion, Betrayer, Otherworlds, Heart from Your Hate, and Thrown into the Fire are the highlights. Number 2, Dragon Force, Reaching into Infinity. After the shift in musical style since the recruitment of vocalist Mark Hudson, oh hi Mark, and drummer G. Anzalone, also known as the happiest drummer ever, Dragon Force seems to have found the balance between their old style and their new experimental side in this album. The album also features the longest Dragon Force song to date, The Edge of the World, in which Mark growls. Yes, you heard me right, Mark growls. At first, I did not find out until like the day of the concert where I saw them, like in line, that it was Mark that was growling. I thought it was someone else. I'm thinking, who could it have been? Because they did invite Matt Heafy from Trivium on their previous album, Maximum Overload, for one of their songs. And he did some screaming vocals in the background. But it's Mark, he does it, and it's really fucking good. But besides that song, there is Ashes of the Dawn, Judgment Day, Curse of Darkness, and Our Final Stand are the highlights. This is a really well done Dragon Force album. I mean, I'd recommend their entire discography, but I think this is the best out of the Mark Hudson era, I have to believe, because it's been, The Power Within, which someone replaced that on Google with the thing from SpongeBob, The Power Within. They literally did that once, and that stayed for a while. But then there was Maximum Overload, and now there's Reaching into Infinity. But yes, this is the best out of the Mark Hudson era, hands down. He really knocked it out of the park, and the whole band did an amazing job here. And now, number 1. It is Overkill, The Grinding Wheel. Now, this one I picked as number 1 because I believe it is the most well-rounded album of this year. The New Jersey-based thrash metal band delivers a hard-hitting, grooving, adrenaline-fueled album that plays like a thrilling car chase until the epic conclusion with the title track. I got to see Overkill live this year, as I did with Dragon Force, Trivium, Rise Against. And they were fucking amazing. Bobby Blitz's voice has aged like a fine wine. Oh, very nice. The song's Mean Green Killing Machine, Goddamn Trouble.
As opposed to the Mean Green Hugging Machine, which is Fiber Kitty.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny because Mean Green Killing Machine would work for my college mascot, the Green Terror. So I figured that should be our theme song. But yes, Fiber Kitty, glad he's back in the fandom. We're not getting into that. There's more personal stuff, but I'm very glad he's back. After Goddamn Trouble, Come Heavy, and the title track, The Grinding Wheel, are highlights. Even though the whole album is a highlight in and of itself, because like Bobby himself said, like each of the songs kind of plays off of each other. Like it's if you pick one, you have to pick them all. And there's a little interesting fact that there are 2 songs. There's one called The Wheel and The Grinding Wheel. Now, The Wheel is the shortest song on the album, and The Grinding Wheel is the longest song on the album, which I thought was interesting in and of itself. But I think it's just like you can listen to the whole thing, and there's nothing that you would feel like skipping, unless like Red, White, and Blue is the only one that I felt like I might have skipped a few times, but even then I'd come back to it. Yes, I did. Well, sorry. I did get a chance to talk to Renegade. I'm glad he's doing well again. But yeah, I think this is my favorite album of the year because it really is it's a full package deal. You get the best of everything. It's like full adrenaline rush, car chase, like from beginning to end. Really well done from Overkill, and since their career started in like 1980, and they're still putting out shit that's this good, they've got a bright future ahead of them. And that will conclude my music section for the show and the season.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for this, and we look forward to seeing more great music in 2018.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, just a heads up, I wanted to say we're finally back on schedule. Thank God. Yes. I was about to lose my mind. So Naka, I just wanted to say, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. If the stream goes down, I'm gonna flip the fucking table.
It's fine. Just
table.
Let's not bring it to set, okay?
Hmm? But anyway, I'm sorry, I'm not in a very good mood right now because of what happened earlier, and that really brought me down. And now it just makes me upset, and the fact that my parents forgot that I was doing this.
Just bring it back to the chat. We love you, Naka. We love you. Say that we love you guys. We love you, Naka.
I love you. Yeah.
We just Anyway, but regarding all these albums, what do you have to say?
It's a very good selection of albums. Some of them I do agree with. Some of them I don't really know, but it's like I've never listened to Body Count, Creator, or Trivium for that matter. But I'll give them all a shot because you recommend them.
Okay.
Good stuff.
All right. Well, why don't we get into video games?
All right. We don't have much this week, thankfully, because the quicker I can get this done. Unfortunately, the quicker we can get this stream done, because I'm very unhappy with what happened earlier.
Just say what you gotta say, man.
So our only release of the week, our only notable release of the week, because there's not really much coming out in the next few weeks, is Okami HD. And Okami is an action-adventure video game developed by Clover Studio and published by Capcom. And it was originally released for the PS2 in 2006 in Japan and North America, and released in 2007 in Europe and Australia. A version for the Wii was developed and produced by Ready at Dawn, Tosei, and Capcom because Clover Studio got shut after the game released. Was released in North America in April 2008, Europe in June 2008, Japan in October 2009. Set sometime in classical Japanese history, the game combines several Japanese myths, legends, and folklore to tell the story of how the land was saved from darkness by the Shinto sun goddess named Amaterasu, who took the form of a white wolf. It features a distinct sumi-e-inspired cel-shaded visual style and the Celestial Brush, a gesture system to perform miracles. Okami was one of the last PS2 games selected for release before the PS3 came out. Although it wasn't the best-selling game of all time, it received critical acclaim, and it was IGN's 2006 Game of the Year. Mainstream adoption of the game has improved with age, and Okami is now considered one of the best video games ever made, as well as a prime example of artistic expression in games. The Wii version has earned similar praise, though the motion control was a gimmick, and so it got mixed reviews. An HD port of the game was released on the PS3 on the PSN network in October 2012, and for retail in Japan in November 2012, supporting the use of the PlayStation Move motion controller, the Wiimote for the PlayStation.
Right.
The high definition port will be released for Windows PCs, PS4, and Xbox One on December 12th worldwide. So finally, it's coming out of Japan.
Yes. And just I hate. All right. So I hate to bring it out of topic once again, and I'll go right back to Okami just in a tiny bit. But we're just going to address something right now. Kyle, it wasn't your fault.
It wasn't.
It wasn't your fault.
Don't give yourself that much credit. We're worried about the FCC taking us down. We're not worried about you.
You did everything right. All right. Anyway, we're gonna go right back to Okami. So Yeah, I'm already gonna get this game, guys. There's no question about it. Krüz, if you haven't played Okami and you really want to play something that has a wolf in it,
I've seen it. I saw a really great fursuit of Okami 26 Anthrocon in 2016. It was really fucking good. I think it's a game I'd really love to play that I haven't played yet. I know it has a reputation for its like very art oriented style and very visual appeal. And I think that's something I could really just. It's a game you could just relax and just get really stuck into.
So do you think? So you think you're gonna?
I'm definitely gonna try to pick this up. I don't know when exactly, but I will try to.
All right. And I have a little bit of trivia to add. Remember you said in October 2012 they released an HD port for the PS3.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Well, get this. We got a digital copy in North America, but Japanese got a physical copy. And you're maybe thinking, well, hold on now. The physical copy had the English, French, and German languages, and I'm like, what?
Rip.
I know. I don't get that. I really don't get that. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, but hey, it is what it is. What do you guys have to say? I'm gonna get this game. Krüz will probably get this game. It has wolves in it. Yeah, we're kind of already sold on it.
You guys are. I'm in money saver mode right now because I'm going to school in 3.5 weeks.
Yay!
At least it's for my career and not for bullshit reasons like getting an English degree, becoming a teacher, and then living with $100,000 of student loan debt.
Hey, at least I'm
on the off chance becoming a crazy cat lady.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say regarding Okami. But anyway, let's kind of put the whole stream situation aside. Let's settle down. Let's continue with the agenda.
So I'm gonna go back to our main screen because, well, there's nothing here. We're gonna talk about the Game Awards 2017. It was probably one of the best award shows I've ever watched. While there were awards for games that I liked, there were a few trailers that brought us some great attention. Soul Calibur 6 is coming to PC along with PS4 and Xbox One. Thank God. Death Stranded, I instinctively call it Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus. Had an 8-minute long.
That's a good one.
Had an 8-minute long trailer reveal, and it's very, very strange, but very awesome at the same time.
Norman Reedus is having a baby.
That's somehow lodged in his throat, but not. It's very, very weird. It's very, very weird. But shortly after that, we got a trailer for the new EA game coming out called A Way Out. Prefaced by the Tommy Wiseau of video gaming, Joseph Fares. He was probably drunk, but he sparked a new meme.
Was he the guy who said, "Fuck you, Oscars, fuck you"?
Let me get to that.
That's
not
him.
only did he say,
I love that guy.
Not only did he say "fuck the Oscars," he even flipped off the camera and everyone applauded him.
Yeah, he said, "Fuck the Oscars, fuck you."
Shortly after his speech, the Wikipedia page for A Way Out got covered in memes from The Room, the other internet shenanigans, eventually getting locked down by Wikipedia themselves. We're talking casual shit posts, the lyric to Big Shaq's "Man's Not Hot," the entire script to The Room, as well as internet idiocy galore. And I actually have something to show for it. If you look in the center of the screen, you can see Okami in the background, but when this comes up in the stream delay, you can see what I'm talking about. This was probably one of the more tame edits of the Wikipedia page. There were some pretty bad ones in there. Some very, very bad ones, like somebody smoking a crack pipe, somebody posting "traps are not gay," and then the next edit was "traps are gay." And I'm just like,
I'm just so proud of everyone who did this, that they've just committed to doing something that was
committed to it, and
relatively harmless. It's not trying to destroy anyone's reputation or cause mass hysteria or just propaganda or anything. It's just for shits and giggles. And
it went on for about 40 minutes.
This is very commendable. Well done, guys.
I mean,
Well done.
it's developers with So Light Studios, publishers EA Originals. That's basically their indie game. One thing EA is very good about their independent titles. Like if it's just a small development studio, like the people who are making A Way Out and not PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. That game sucks, by the way. They treat those indie studios well. We have the producer, which is Mark. We got the writer, which is Doggy.
Hi, doggy.
Oh, hi, Doggy.
Oh, hi. I didn't know it was you.
How did you not know it was me?
Mm-hmm.
But, and he even admitted that EA fucked up with the microtransaction bullshit, and it's like, you know what? They treat their independent development studios well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's correct on both terms. And even if the titles don't succeed, they still get a lot of money. This standout moment pretty much made the Game Awards for me. But I'm not going to forget the music performances that went alongside with Game of the Year nominees. With Mario Odyssey's standout music with the actual singer for Pauline.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was.
It's nothing like last time they had with I don't know if it was at the same. I think it was the same show. Yeah, with Mick Gordon coming on stage to play music from Doom. That was the best.
Well, actually, the way that they introduced music is basically instead of announcing the winners for the Game Awards, they had the music announce it for you guys, which I thought was
for the
a
nominees.
Really good idea. Yeah, which I thought was a really good idea for best Game of the Year. So,
and
yeah,
I'll get into what that was actually. I'll get into what Game of the Year was named later.
Uh-huh.
But overall, probably the best award show I've seen in a long time. Not only was it good content, it was hilarious and stand out at the same time. Honestly, that Wikipedia page, I just kept refreshing it. I was hanging out with a few friends that night on Discord. I was just refreshing the Wikipedia page every about 20-30 seconds after taking screenshots, and it just got worse and worse, but funnier and funnier.
Right.
That's what made my night the other night. I'm just like, I had to apologize to somebody. I'm just like, I'm sorry, I was hanging out with these people and we were being shitheads. That's your thoughts on the Game Awards presentation.
Honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I didn't watch the Game Awards presentation.
Boy,
I barely. I don't know. I feel so bad. The only thing I saw was literally the very end where they announced the Game of the Year, and I feel so bad for doing that because now I have to watch it. It's not even a contest. I will watch it.
Yeah, I just watched like a brief summary of it. I think the thing is that that show has a reputation of having cringe moments. It particularly missed handshakes, as pointed out by PewDiePie. Like the thing where like you tried to fist bump someone, and ended up just punching their arm. It's just kind of like
wait. PewDiePie was at the Game Awards?
No, he just talked about
he wasn't.
it. And it was just like he's saying like
okay, good.
It's just like
because I don't like PewDiePie.
He's like, this is why you don't do it in public, because this happens. You will miss a handshake, you will miss a fist bump, and it will be embarrassing. That's why he's like, this is why you don't do that. But this year went over much more smoothly. I was satisfied with the award winner at the end. Some of them I still haven't gotten to play, though I really do want to play some of them. But it was a good presentation overall, despite the absurd amount of advertisements. But what are you gonna do? It's YouTube and shit like that. But, yeah.
Now we get on to announcing the winners of every category announced.
Yes.
So we move on to.
You're not copy pasting any of this, are you?
No, that takes way too much with the way YouTube chat is right now.
Yeah, that's fine. Just read.
So, what remains of Edith Finch? Best Narrative, Cuphead, Best Art Direction, Best Debut Indie Game, and Best Independent Game, which doesn't surprise me.
Cuphead was no contest. I mean, I literally was.
I think they were having like even a thing for most anticipated game, that award.
I mean, I was reading the story on Cuphead and how it also. I mean, I was reading the story on how Cuphead was literally, made, and I am very, very now happy that they grossed a ton in sales, but I'm even more happy that now they're going to get more job opportunities to work on even better titles. So, yeah, I do think that game was very well deserved. Would you say, Naka?
Yes. Can I continue?
Right. Of course.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Game for Impact, Best Audio Design, and Best Performance, voice acting performance, Melina Juergens.
What does impact meaning in terms of its reputation, or as a debut?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Game for Impact.
They're just making them up now.
Hold on. Let me look that up. Hold on. Just keep reading.
Oh boy, this is the most anticipated game. Let's give it an award for that.
Most anticipated game is something separate.
Yeah. I just found that funny.
I'm trying to understand what game for impact means, but just continue reading.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce this first one? N.E.R. Automata?
N.E.R. Automata.
Best score. Overwatch. Best ongoing game, which it's just a newer version of TF2 in my eyes, but I can see why people love it. And best esports game, which I don't.
Reputation for that.
It does have a reputation for that. I would have preferred it to be Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
I mean, it's not quite at that level, but it's getting up there.
Monument Valley 2, best mobile game. I played the first one. I rocked the shit out of that game. That game's great.
I don't know anything about the game, but I've been to Monument Valley.
Separate things.
No,
Metroid Samus Returns, best handheld game.
Yeah, that was a no-brainer for that one.
Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, best virtual reality / augmented reality game. Wolfenstein.
So you're basically just saying Biohazard 7 Biohazard. Yeah, that's a good title. Keep going.
Resident Evil 7 Resident Evil.
Yeah, it's like there's a little joke about if Civ has 104 iterations of it, that will be Civ. CIV as Roman numerals.
All right, Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, best action game. Persona 5, best RPG. Mario.
That was a no-brainer.
Super Mario Odyssey, best family game. Doesn't surprise me.
No.
Mario and Rabbids Kingdom, aka XCOM Mario, best strategy game.
This was a surprising one, but it did work, I think.
Forza Motorsport 7, and if you want my honest opinion, it should have been either Gran Turismo Sport, Dirt 4, or Project Cars 2. Best sports / racing game. They honestly should be two separate. They should be two separate categories, in my opinion, but I can see why they have them in one. What were you about to ask?
Well, I was going to ask, why do you pick those games over this game?
Why do I pick those over Forza Motorsport 7 is because the people who make Gran Turismo Sport, Dirt 4, and Project Cars 2 are actually listening to their fan base and are actually fixing bugs, not adding in a bullshit DLC pack that's not worth anybody's time or money, and with each update having more and more of your progress being fucked over by glitches and bugs, and not listening to the community. That's why I fucking hate Forza 7.
Right.
You might be thinking, oh, but Forza Motorsport's your favorite game franchise of all time. Not anymore. The Last of Us Part 2. Most anticipated game. I would have preferred Red Dead Redemption 2, but oh well. Trending Gamer.
Is Last of Us Part 2 even out?
No, it's most anticipated. It's coming out 2018.
It's not yet.
Oh, okay. All right.
Clearly it's going to be the most anticipated, I mean.
Trending Gamer, Dr. Disrespect, aka Guy Beam.
I don't understand that.
Best esports player, Lee Sang-hyuk, aka Faker, who is notable for the games SK Telecom 1, or I think that's his team, whatever, and League of Legends. Best esports team, Cloud9, I don't fucking know. Student Game Award, Level Squared. Chinese Fan Game Award, JX3 HD. The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Best Game Direction. Best Action Adventure Game. And that's it. But we have to announce the Game of the Year. The 5 nominees were PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, which isn't even fully released yet. It shouldn't have been in there in the first place.
Right.
It was Persona 5, Horizon Zero Dawn, Super Mario Odyssey, and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Your Game of the Year of 2017 is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for the Nintendo Switch and Wii U.
That was a no-brainer. Honestly, it was considered
Odyssey
to be
might have
best.
posed some opposition, but I think other than that, Breath of the Wild was a clear winner. There wasn't just any question because they just kind of they just did so much different with the game that everyone's just like, whoa, this is
You're
a
still
good
playing
shit.
it, right?
I am still playing it. I haven't gotten.
They just
to it
added
very
DLC
recently.
to the game for free
Yes, there is a new DLC.
I know,
for
right?
it.
with a motorcycle.
Oh yeah, and there was a comic about that with like Epona just sitting in the dust, like sad because Link has the motorcycle now.
Mm-hmm.
Although Epona's technically not in
Anyway.
Breath of the Wild, but whatever.
So, what do you have to say regarding the Game of the Year 2017?
What I had to
Naka?
say was I was definitely hoping that it wasn't PUBG, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, because I don't see what people get in that game. I mean, it's just a paid version of Fortnite Battle Royale.
I was really surprised Persona 5 was not winning. I mean, that was the most anticipated game of the year, but this was definitely one of the biggest games that were coming out. So I think it was very well deserved. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It did.
I wasn't done. I wasn't done.
Oh, okay.
You always do this.
I don't do it on purpose. Just continue.
Horizon Zero Dawn, from what I've seen myself with my own 2 optical receptors, aka eyeballs, it's not the best game in the world. I wouldn't have put it for Game of the Year.
Right.
But I've heard it's very good from a lot of people, including my own friends.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a toss-up between Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey. Because I actually got to play Mario Odyssey last night at my friend's place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically the new Mario 64.
Yeah.
Except it's far better, in my opinion.
Hmm.
If you gave me the choice to play Mario 64 or Mario Odyssey, I'll take Mario Odyssey in a heartbeat. Granted that there's no ROM hacks for it, like Wheelchair Mario. I don't know the full title. And other like ROM hacks that are funny and Kaizo. I will take Mario Odyssey all day.
As yet
But-
to play it, but I've seen a lot of gameplay of it. I think it looks very, very, very well made. The best. I think it's the they
It's
went
at
on
least the
journey
best
from-
Mario. It's at least the best 3D Mario game since like 3D. That includes like the 3D platformers, like 3D Land and 3D World. It's
Right.
I think it's the best one since Galaxy, if not since 64.
Yeah.
I mean, people praise Mario Sunshine, but that I have a lot of
I like
struggles with that game.
I did too. I did like the world, but it was kind of difficult to get through. But I really enjoyed both Galaxy games. I think this is like the logical conclusion to that. Like where Mario goes from here, we don't know. But I think Nintendo did. They hit all the right notes with this Mario game.
But anyway, that's really all I have to say regarding Game of the Year. And finally, we are back on.
It is movie time, movie time, movie time, movie time.
Movie time.
Movie time, movie time with some big news, and I gotta pee.
All right. Okay.
Good job.
So, yeah, we're gonna go right into it. Real quick, Naka, what do you have to say regarding video games? This being the final part of the season and the final part of the agenda for your segment.
A, there's not much coming out. B, I still wish that sports games and racing games were separated in the Game Awards so that Need for Speed Payback would have had a better shot, along with Dirt 4 as well.
Right.
But I can't have nice things.
Right. So basically, we'll see you back in.
Actually, there's one more thing.
Okay.
2 days after after last week's show, the racing simulation program known as iRacing, which has a big community. And I know, Scarf, you're going to hate me for this, but I'm actually going to go in depth for... Just give me a minute.
Okay.
During the 13th week of its fourth season of 2017, there's always fun shit going on in week 13. They added in Global Rallycross, which means 5 new tracks, 2 new cars, one of them you get for free, and you get 3 of those tracks for free. And it's based off Red Bull Global Rallycross. It's based off their cars and their rules and everything. And I've had some fun with it. I've gotten to try it out because I pay for iRacing because I'm a big nerd and I take my racing seriously. And it's a lot of fun. You can basically just be Scott Speed and Steve Arpin dueling it out in the new cars. But that's pretty much it. I got some very angry messages asking if I could cover this real quick over the week. But I told you I was going to keep it short, asshole.
Okay.
You're just like, okay.
Do you want
it's
me
that
to,
one vine.
Do you want me to move on to our... So we will see you in 2018. Will we not?
Well, duh. It's not like I'm going to go blind. If I go blind, I kind of can't do shit anymore.
No. I'm asking... So you're going to address the people, say, yeah, this is it for video games. I'll see you in 2018, basically.
Well, I'm still going to be here talking with you people. It's just going to be it for video games. I'm still going to be here until the end of the show. And then after that, you're shit out of luck, people.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to our movie news. So guys, yeah, this first sentence that I'm going to announce is pretty lewd. While Fox in general is the epitome of sucking small dicks when it comes to news programming, I'm looking at you, Fox and
that
friends.
meme of like smacking the desk, wheeze.
It seems that Disney, who has a very large dick, is in talks of wanting to buy parts of 21st Century Fox. Hey, I just noticed I said buy parts. I didn't even have to try on that one. Anyway.
Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm going to be...
The stuff that is included in the deal revolve around their movie and television studios, which we will get into a bit, but as well as international assets like Star Cable and television studios, which, media company in India and a stake in the British broadcaster Sky, as well as a stake in the Hulu streaming service, with the deal averaging around $60 billion estimate. What would be left of Fox are the several highly profitable operations, including Fox News, a broadcast network, and the FS1 sports channel. But you guys don't want to hear about this because who cares about economics? What does this have anything to do with entertainment? Actually, quite a bit. You see, Disney is now buying Fox, which includes most, if not all, of their assets, including 20th Century Fox Film Corporation, which includes their assets such as Blue Sky Studios and Regency Enterprises. But that's not all. They also own the rights to X-Men and Fantastic Four, so not only does this mean that we could see crossover films with the MCU, with X-Men universe, but this also means we could be getting a well-deserved Fantastic reboot that actually tells us a coherent story that is especially needed, considering none of the Fantastic Four films got it right. Unfortunately, that also means that Disney also bought the other crap too, but these are the two things we're most focused on. X-Men and Fantastic Four. Feel free to do more research. I'm honestly not an economics expert, so I don't know where the money is going in terms of it just being bought by Disney, nor do I know the status of the other assets that Disney has bought. Either way, this is huge news for us. Oh, and as for Deadpool and the New Mutants... Wait, what?
That's what you said. You said this is huge news for us.
I said huge news for us. You need to, audio,
That's not how it came out.
Well, that's what I meant to say. Anyway, I'm moving on. Oh, and as for Deadpool and the New Mutants, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be Fox exclusive since Disney is a family-oriented corporation. Well, quote-unquote, all in the family, really. But I do find it hilarious that Ryan Reynolds tweeted about engaging in a sexual fantasy with Mickey Mouse. Oops, I lost my family-friendly touch. Oh well, let's see what this ring deals us. What do you have to say regarding this deal, Naka?
Honestly, if it's just so that they can get Fantastic Four right and we don't have to deal with the Fan4stick crap anymore, and a good X-Men movie, I'll be fine.
Yeah, and what do you have to say regarding this, Krüz?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really concerned as far as like what it means for like continuation of shows or whatever, but like a proposal of a new Fantastic Four movie, one that's actually well thought out. I think I don't remember which one. I want to say it was the Silver Surfer one that I saw, but I think I saw both of them actually. The first one, and then Silver Surfer, the ones I know of. But I think a reboot is. I think they do deserve another chance to have a reboot and just have things done right, because I think all of them, especially Human Torch, they're really cool superheroes. And like Naka, I have to go. How about your after complaint with the big white round one?
For that bit. So, a lot of speculation has been coming to my mind lately as to if Disney is going to become a near monopoly at this point.
Antitrust laws won't let that happen.
Right, and I'm trying to understand.
Unfortunately, antitrust laws will let net neutrality happen.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. But anyway, so I don't understand how I can see this being bought, how Disney can buy Fox and yet they can't buy like Warner Brothers. It's just interesting to me. I never knew that.
Again, not an economist, but there's still antitrust laws, but it's amazing what money can do to the government, especially if it's just, if it's one big company. Because ABC doesn't really have a big news network out there. They don't.
Right.
Well, ABC is owned by Disney. All they have is, just the local ABC channel that you get on your TV, which in my case is ABC. It's Channel 4. It's ABC News, but it's Como 4 News at 6.
But anyway, what do you have to say regarding Disney buying parts of Fox now, basically?
Again,
the whole spiel, really.
Again, if we get better X-Men and Fan 4-Stick movies, I'll be fine. Other than that...
That was the worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, but with the way that Nostalgia Critic... It's pretty much Fan 4-Stick to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's really what it's been like. All right, speaking of Fox properties...
Yeah.
Speaking... Oh. I have to clarify something, not the actual animal, the company.
Oh. Speaking of Blue Sky Studios, this movie does seem to have a promise when you have a professional wrestler playing a bull. Ferdinand is an upcoming 2017... Shut up. American 3D computer animated comedy film produced by Blue Sky Studios and the 20th Century Fox Animation. It is directed by Carlos Saldana, unfortunately known for directing the Ice Age series. And I say unfortunately because while the first one was good, the rest are crap. Anyway, moving on.
It's a special series.
And stars the voice of John Cena as the title character, Kate McKinnon, Anthony Anderson, Bobby Cannavale, Peyton Manning, Gina Rodriguez, Miguel Angel, I don't know, Sylvester, and David Tennant.
Peyton Manning playing this.
He plays a football.
Anyway,
he's a talking football.
Please continue. Can we please
Yes,
continue?
Let's go. Come on.
All right. Based on the Munro Leaf and Robert Lawson's children's book, The Story of Ferdinand, this animated tale follows Ferdinand, a Spanish fighting bull played by John Cena, who prefers smelling the flowers and practicing nonviolence rather than chasing red cloths held by matadors in arenas. When disaster comes to him, he is taken to a fighting stadium, and Ferdinand needs to decide if he is fighting a bull or a flower-smelling generous bull, if he is a fighting bull, rather, in order to earn his freedom. One of the biggest things that I love in this movie trailer is the fact that you have a professional wrestler, one of the most popular at that, play a bull who doesn't like fighting, despite being big and foreboding. While a simple story of being yourself and not caring about what people think, I personally think that the movie would not have worked the same if you didn't cast John Cena in it. That's just me. Until movie ratings come out, I am interested in how the film is going to do because I am not a fan of Blue Sky Studios, which usually only consists of Ice Age and its sequels, Rio and its sequels with parentheses, and the Peanuts movie, which I did see, which is probably their best piece of work they ever made. However, the animation is promising and a step in the right direction after their last Ice Age film, which doesn't make a lot of money and was considered most distasteful compared to other Ice Age films. So here's hoping that this film will. I, for one, will be crossing my fingers and wanting to see how this film will do. And if you're interested, the film will be released on December 15th.
Can I just get something out of the way?
Okay, go ahead.
Everybody knows that "ferd" is not an actual word. For the fucking love of God. The commercial... You know what? Anytime I hear that song nowadays, I'm just like, yeah, let's play the Family Guy episode where it was actually funny and it was actually a good joke. And they beat it to the ground in the same episode, which thank God they did. Because I'm just like, if they ever went on with this in a future episode, I'm just like, I was just going to put a gun in my mouth. But they're just butchering a song that's a fucking meme in the first place. And that pisses me off about their marketing. But, you know, if you've got... you know, Mr. Wrestling Invisible Man and football legend Peyton Manning, who's also good with chicken parm sandwiches, you might have a good combination there.
Yeah. It was only a matter of time, I guess, because Peyton Manning had already done stuff for Nationwide before he got into voice acting, because he's got a very signature voice. I want to see what he does in this movie, because it'll probably be funny, because football fans will recognize him, and it got like not quite a southern voice, but just like it's a special voice. It's pretty cool.
Right. So what do you have to say regarding? Hold on.
I like
I'm
to
sorry.
be judged from time to time.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the poster. Krüz, you did send the posters to email, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Oh wait, it's my quality. Whoops. What the hell?
Stupid fuck.
Stupid fuck.
Yeah, I was.
What you do?
There we go. Much better. I don't know what was going on there. Sorry about that. I thought that was my thing. Anyway, Ferdinand, what do you have to say regarding this? Do you like the animation? Do you like the fact that it's played by John Cena, who is a wrestler, who is not into fighting?
He's a man of me. He's a living meme.
What do you have to say regarding this movie, Naka, Krüz?
I mean, I've already said my piece on it a little bit.
I guess I'll hear it in post. Sorry, I wasn't listening. Yeah. Krüz.
Yeah, of course, as I said, excited to just see what Peyton Manning does. I mean, John Cena. I mean, it's good. It's going to be interesting. It's kind of like seeing more like the tough guy kind of play like some guy who doesn't like to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I know the story from my childhood, so I'm not very. Normally, I would be more apprehensive, but I just I think it's cool that they're bringing this back, and it doesn't look like. I think they're going to do it justice here.
Right.
Just speculation.
So, yeah, that's all I have to say regarding Ferdinand. So, guys, do you want me to move on to the film that I think everyone is waiting for? No, Naka.
Mark.
Naka, please no. You're ruining the moment. Anyway,
Ruining the moment. You hear that?
Shut up, Naka. Anyway, all right. Well, guys, our time has finally come. You've waited episodes and eons to hear about this one certain movie being talked in detail on our show. Well, this is it. The big one, the most anticipated movie of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time to talk about the film that is going to make you hype up the moment I mention it. Star Wars Episode VIII, The Last Jedi, is an upcoming American epic space opera film and written and directed by Rian Johnson, the director of Looper and a few episodes of Breaking Bad. It is the second film in the Star Wars sequel trilogy, Episode VII, The Force Awakens. The film is produced by Lucasfilm and will be distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures. It stars Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, Andy Serkis, Lupita Nyong'o, Domhnall Gleeson, Anthony Daniels, and Gwendolyn Christie in returning roles, with Kelly Marie Tran, Laura Dern, and Benicio del Toro joining the cast. Continuing off from Episode 7, ending off on a huge cliffhanger, Rey has taken her first steps into the Jedi world and joins Luke Skywalker on an adventure with Leia, Finn, and Poe that unlocks mysteries of the Force and secret aspects of the past. And honestly, that's where I have to stop. We're given little information about the movie because Hollywood wants it to be a surprise, and so do we. Even begin. We have waited 2 years for this film to come out, guys. 2 long years. And we're just as excited to see all of our favorite characters again. So many questions race through our heads about this movie that we don't really know what's going on in it, to the point where we don't really know how to talk about it because there are too many questions and we don't want to spoil them. The movie has been lauded left and right from people who went to pre-screenings of this film, and while have not spoiled us, had told us that this film is actually doing extremely well. But we already knew it was going to do well, and whether it did well or not, we would have chosen to see this movie anyway. I guess the one elephant in the room is that this is sadly Carrie Fisher's last film before she sadly passed away of last year, and will not be returning in the franchise to finish episode 9 2 years from now. But at least we get to see what happens and what unfolds for the time being. We love the characters, we love these stories, we love the music, and we love the special effects that go along with it. However, there is still one thing that really bothers me. Are we going to see Billy D. Williams as Lando Calrissian or not? I don't know, and that's what bothers me about it. Hopefully we get some answers with that particular question. Regardless, however, we're excited, we're ready, and the film is finally going to be coming out on December 15th. May the Force be with you. What do you guys have to say?
I'll let Krüz go first.
Before I start, a quick question. Was this recorded before Carrie Fisher passed, or was this like doing...
It was way before. It was well before.
Okay, they're not doing the CG add-in. I thought that's what they're doing. I'm like, well, no. I think they did it with...
She finished recording before she passed away.
I think, did they do that with Philip Seymour Hoffman on Hunger Games?
Yes.
Yeah, they did do that.
It's amazing how quick... It's amazing how much we spend so much time shooting, and yet people like spend a lot of time in the editing room trying to make sure it looks perfect. But anyway, what do you guys have to say regarding the movie?
I'm excited to see this. It looks like it'll be... I like that the Force Awakens really kind of breathed new life into the franchise and really brought it to, it gave it a new feel since the 6th episode, and really I'm excited to see what they do next with it, because I think I don't know what's gonna happen after this, but I'm really into Kylo Ren's character. I have the pop figure on my desk.
You're like the only person who's into Kylo Ren's character.
His mask.
He's into Chicken Nugget.
Mask is cool.
Why do you call him Chicken Nugget? I always wanted to know that.
It was a meme I saw shortly after I saw the movie. It's like name Kylo Ren, likes to be called Chicken Nugget, hobbies, and like it was all this. It was like he was on a reality TV show.
The fuck. Likes to be called Chicken Nugget. Nugget, we accept the nugget of friendship.
But Naka, this film, there is no question you are seeing it.
Hell yeah, I was planning on seeing it because I think I work both Friday and Saturday. If I get off at like 3 p.m., hell yeah, I'm driving down to the theater close to my work and waiting in line for Star Wars. I'd totally do that shit.
Yeah, I saw,
because unlike my dad, I actually am fine with waiting in line.
Yeah,
with a lot of people.
I saw Force Awakens.
Can I continue?
Twice. Yeah, go ahead.
But I was like, well, if I'm working Saturday, then it could just go Sunday. Shit, I have a family event on Sunday. I'm not skipping that. Well, if I do skip it, I'm going to be shot. To put it lightly, I will be shot.
He's gonna be killed.
That's what I said. Like, I need these days off during Thanksgiving week, and I'm just like, I need these days off because if I don't get these days off, I'm going to be literally shot.
Right.
But I'm incredibly excited for this, though I did have one little beef. It's like Star Wars Battlefront 2, which, they've actually made improvements to not make it microtransaction hell, and they've actually, tried to improve it.
Mm-hmm.
They pretty much got rid of their season pass, and their first big content update is going to be The Last Jedi, and it comes out, I think, on the 13th, so it comes out on Wednesday, and this was announced during the Game Awards, and I was like, how can you release content based on a movie that isn't out yet that might have spoilers for the movie? That's
Yeah,
my thing. That's my beef with this.
Yeah.
I
what
know
is
it's
your
not.
beef-
It's not Lucasfilms. It's just the fact that they're releasing content based on a movie that isn't out yet to the public that might have content that might spoil the entire movie and the entire plot of the film. That's my beef. Albeit like the SpongeBob SquarePants movie game that came out in 2004, that at least came out at the same like a little bit after the movie came out, and it wasn't the same thing. Granted, it was not the same thing as the movie was, but at least it came out after, not before. That's my problem. Is that why are you releasing something that's based on something that isn't even out yet? That's my problem. I'm having a heart attack. You ought to know by now.
The magic meme: heart attack, heart defense. He's just.
But anyway, what is your opinion on Billy D. Williams not having really like? There's no news regarding him.
Wait, what? Who? What,
Lando Calrissian?
Yeah, Lando Calrissian.
Or as I like to call him, Rando Cardassian.
No, but really.
Come on.
It's just going to be a toss-up. That's what it is. That's all I can kind of see it.
Okay, is everything all right?
Yeah. No. What's wrong? What do you think's wrong?
I just hear a lot of clicking.
That is not me. That is somebody else.
My Word document for the agenda froze.
Oops.
Everything else is fine, but that just froze. I'm just like,
you know what? I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even really going to think about it because if the same thing happens that happened beforehand, I'm going to be so pissed.
Well, the good thing is that we got the main news done. But anyway, Krüz, you are definitely seeing this movie, no questions asked.
yes,
Right?
absolutely, I do. I really want to see the next Star Wars.
And is that all you have to say regarding Star Wars?
I could go on for hours and hours and hours, but to save everybody's time, I'm not going to.
Okay. I have one more thing. Hey, Naka.
What?
Are you an angel?
No.
An angel. I heard the deep space pilots talk about them. They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe.
Did you finally watch Titan AE?
No.
Were you trying to reference that? Because that's all I'm thinking right now.
No, I was referencing episode 1 where Anakin Skywalker asked Padme if she was an angel.
By the way, midichlorians, Disney's pretty much fucking axed midichlorians, so,
Thank fucking Christ.
The Phantom Menace, is pretty much just, it's non-canon at this point, even though it's, an integral part of the franchise.
Unfortunately.
They pretty much just,
it just is.
said fuck you to a very heavily canonical part of their own franchise. That's scary. No, that's scary.
I'm sorry, I don't give a shit about midichlorians.
I don't give a shit about midichlorians, but you're pretty much just invalidating the entire first movie, which did have some good moments to it. Albeit
it had some good moments. It didn't have all good moments.
What's really scary is watching the beginning scene, or watching at least the first half of Phantom Menace, stoned as shit.
Right.
And just watching all the giant sea creatures eat each other, just being like, what the fuck? But yeah.
Anyway, guys, that's not the only movies that are coming out.
Great,
that's all the movies that are coming out.
Shit.
Yeah, you do. Just the links, but it's no problem. Anyway, guys, these aren't the only movies that are coming out for the weeks ahead. So we do have a lot more movies to announce. So first things first. Thankfully, we're gonna announce the first movie to be released, which is Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. I was about to say Welcome to the Dungeon. Anyway, Jungle. Despite negative
song.
Despite negative backlash of the idea of rebooting the 1995 cult classic, get this, guys, before you lay your hate. It surprisingly is getting really good reviews, and The Rock has went so far to say that he wanted to respect Robin Williams' performance. So I do want to see this film and see if those reviews hold up. What do you guys have to say?
Yeah, in the words of Trivium, just like, what will it take to remove the heart from your hate? You rip the heart from your hate. I initially did have doubts of this myself because I am a huge fan of the original one with Robin Williams, and rest bless his soul. He was one of the greatest comedian actors of all time. And I think that it's not posing itself so much anymore as a big shot comedy, if you know what I mean. Like it's more looking to me now more like it's trying to be an honest homage to the original, less so than just a cash grab reboot.
Right.
Because of what The Rock said, and also because the cast they chose with The Rock, Jack Black, they chose Kevin Hart, and I forgot the actress's name, but I think she did an amazing job, as far as I can see. But I'm probably gonna go see this because it just looks like it should be really funny. Yeah, right. If more just of an action take than the originals kind of feel.
I'm holding on to this movie with a grain of salt, only because it could be good, or it's like it could be bad, or it could be good.
Well, I mean, like a lot of critics have been saying that this movie is surprisingly actually really good, and then you have Rock saying that he wanted to respect Robin Williams' character. So at least there's that.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of game-related movies, just recently a new trailer came out for Ready Player One, which I am very excited for. Except there's two glaring issues I have towards the end of the trailer.
We didn't even put that in yet. Hold on.
What?
How is that on here?
We did not even put the trailer in the show.
Yeah, it's on here, but whatever. Just let them go on.
Well, there's just two things I have a beef with that. It's not coming out for a long time. I know that much. But there's two problems I have with it. One, a movie, a book that was written like in the early 2010s, based on 80s pop culture, even though it's set in the future, does not have the Overwatch character Tracer anywhere mentioned in it. And yet she is seen in the trailer. I'm just like, but Tracer's not even a part of the damn book.
Yeah, I don't know what Spielberg is doing.
The second thing is, the Iron Giant was never mentioned in the book either, and yet he makes an appearance.
Okay.
I normally don't get like shithead about this. I don't normally get shitty about these kinds of things, but I loved Ready Player One. I loved that novel.
Yeah.
Fact of the matter is, you're trying to retcon the novel by adding in characters from, the 90s and 2016. That's
right.
That's
so you guys...
that's my problem with it. But it looks pretty good anyway.
So you will be going to see this movie, but you will be having a grain of salt.
Yes, I take everything with a grain of salt nowadays, because I don't know if people are insulting me or just trying to be very fucking stupid.
All right, do you want me to move on to the next movie?
It's not like it's on the screen.
Before I get into the next movie, I just want to announce that our lovely Krüz was able to do the visuals. So, interesting. All right, that's fine. Anyway, The Greatest Showman, a musical film starring huge jacked man, may in fact be the next musical up to date. So we'll see how this film plays out. What do you guys? I heard Naka actually laugh at that.
Huge jacked man.
Yes, that is literally his nickname from now on. Huge jacked man. Let's just. What do you have to say regarding this movie, Naka?
A musical film starring huge jacked man. In fact, maybe the next best musical up to date. So we'll see if it's got comedy in it, I'll definitely watch it, because that's how I went in with La La Land and Into the Woods. So I kind of went in there kind of expecting a little bit of humor, and if it delivers on the same scale, I'll just be like, okay,
yay, I was right, it did a good. Yeah, not really sure. Like, I did see Les Mis, but it wasn't of my own volition. I was like, okay, my family wants to see
Prisoner
it.
206 or 206 04 604 51. You're no one. Ooh.
And I'm Chauffeur. Do not forget
Judge
me. And I'm Chauffeur.
Do not forget my mom.
Be here. Maybe they're in the lobby.
Anyway, let's move on to the next.
Great.
Let's move on to the next movie.
I love that YouTube poop.
Yes, and I'm Jafar.
All right, continue.
Hopefully the last
this shit.
pitch perfect of the franchise. The first one is good, but I don't see the reason as to why this film is even being made. Yeah, Naka. I mean, Krüz saw the first one and he hated it a lot.
Poopy.
Oh my god, it's just Glee, the movie.
Let me say, to be fair, there was one good moment of it where Fat Amy got pegged with a hoagie, saying, "I've been hit," and I'm just like, what the fuck? Just sitting there with just tomato sauce all over you, just like, I've been hit.
Anyway,
that was
somebody
actually
call a doctor.
Naka.
I have nothing to say. In fact, if I had anything to say,
Muted your mic.
He was gulagged.
Are you still there, Naka? Naka.
What the fuck are you doing?
Oh no.
all right. So what
Naka?
happened? What happened? I am fine, by the way. I literally
He
threw my head.
Karate chopper.
Because I was seeing a little buffering circle over the video, and I was really scared.
That would be your internet, not mine.
Oh, thank God.
But basically, what just happened was that I'm just like, I threw off my headphones, yelled, "Fuck this shit, I'm out," and then fell out of my chair right onto the floor face first.
Good job.
I
accidentally
unintentionally muted the microphone on the Blue Yeti, so you people heard none of that. So I'm gonna try and.
It'd be like Markiplier and just throw your chair across the room and then just.
I can't throw my chair. My chair is very expensive. I don't want to break it.
So what do you have to say regarding this movie, Krüz? Because I know you hated the first one.
Fuck it to death.
There's nothing good about this movie. Nothing at all.
Yeah,
And
do you just want me to move on?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Downsizing. No, it's not a sequel to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. A very interesting concept that I am highly considering watching because, you know, who doesn't want to have a practically unlimited vodka to drink when you're 2 inches tall?
That was the biggest incentive for me watching this, just to see that. You're like, you realize a handle of vodka will last you, like, years. Depending on how much you drink, but... Holy shit.
Okay. So, what do you have to... I mean, I remember showing the trailer off on one episode, and Naka said that this was a very interesting concept.
It is a very interesting concept. Now that I've seen more of it, I'm just like, you know, it's got charm to it.
Yeah. I'm also kind of wondering if I don't want to point digits to anyone here, but I think the micro and macro fur community is going to love this film. Anyway.
No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah. I mean, what do you... I mean, like, just... What do you have... I mean, you guys kind of want to see this movie, don't you?
I want to see this movie because it looks good, not because of some weird fetish.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not making fun of people, but I just find macro and micro fetishes weird.
Like, I don't want to eat toe jam. Like, what the fuck, guys?
Where's Earl when you need him?
Alright. But yeah, it does look like legitimate. It could be legitimately funny.
Yeah.
Ah.
Do you want me to okay. Do you want me to move on to our next trailer, which is
It's in the middle.
Another Christmas movie. Yeah. All right. Another raunchy comedy about a polyamorous relationship gone wrong. Father figures. It has laughs and A-list actors. Nothing really too special. Really, I mean...
Nothing too special. Move on.
I don't know.
Krüz.
Except for J.K. Simmons.
It's just a male version of Bad Moms Christmas.
Yeah, pretty much. And don't get me wrong, Daddy's Home has nothing to do with Bad Mom's Christmas. Bad Mom's Christmas is actually pretty hilarious. Well, some of it anyway. Anyway, do you want me to move on to the next trailer?
Sure. About a local newspaper.
The cereal.
You put Tom Hanks in, boom. I'm already sold. The Post. Tom Hanks, joined by Meryl Streep, will now play in Steven Spielberg's new film regarding a plot to release documents to the public after the government has lied about the Vietnam War for 4 presidencies. Oscar bait, sure, but I want to see it nonetheless. I mean, like, just look how well designed and well shot and well acted the film already is, and the story is already intriguing me. Guys, I mean, do you want to see this movie?
Yes.
It looks interesting. Like, there's two reasons. One, of course, this is about the Washington Post, which is pretty much the local newspaper from where I am. And also, as a history student studying, this is kind of like a part of the Vietnam War. They don't really,
Yes, this is part of the Vietnam War. We don't really study it anymore because it's a war. It's like we pulled out
on the home front, and like what they were reporting for casualties was false, and that was something that they have really addressed. Of course, I'd heard about it before, and they've been seen it come up, but like I don't know, to have it depicted in this way, like it's something that hasn't really been touched on, which I thought was interesting. I didn't know it was the Washington Post that really went through with this. I thought it would be some other newspaper, but like, hey, we get recognition for once. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Even though
for me,
so you guys. I find this movie very intriguing. I do want to see it, but what do you have to say regarding it?
What do I have to say? A, it's about government conspiracy theories, and goddamn, it's about the Vietnam War, for 2. And for 3, my grandfather survived the Vietnam War as a Green Beret, so it has a little bit of family ties to it. In fact, that, the government tried to cover up...
You do kind of want to...
Quite the way they see you.
The fact that the government tried to cover up involvement pisses me off.
So you're glad that this movie's being made?
Yes.
Do you want to go see it?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right, well, do you want me to move on to the next trailer?
Okay, let's go and do it.
Merry fucking Christmas, America.
Yes.
Our next set of... Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
And a Happy New Year. Our next set of trailers, All the Money in the World, Ridley Scott's new film now starring Christopher Plummer, will discuss on how to cope with a multi-billionaire refusing to give his money to his grandson captors. The film was originally going to be played by Kevin Spacey, but it got replaced with Christopher Plummer due to Kevin Spacey's sexual allegations. Unfortunately, I will say there is one good thing to come out of sexual allegations being placed on people. It's getting rid of the shady people and making way for the new filmmakers and new directors who will soon run Hollywood. So I'm very happy about that. Regardless, however, I do think this movie, I don't really know how to feel if it's going to be good, bad, because, Ridley Scott had to go and re-edit and reshoot all those scenes that included Kevin Spacey's character being replaced by Christopher Plummer. Will it be bad? Will it be good? I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. Naka, what do you have to say regarding this?
Just, it doesn't look too interesting to me, in my opinion.
Okay.
Just not my kind of, movie, if that makes sense.
Okay. Right. And what do you have to say regarding this movie, Naka? Krüz?
I just said what I wanted to say.
I replaced it with Krüz, and the audio channel faded on your point of view.
Yeah.
I said Krüz. Please continue.
No, I know you said Krüz. I'm fucking with you.
Okay.
I'm messing with you. I do think Christopher Plummer is a better actor for this, but it still doesn't really give me enough incentive because this kind of, to no fault of their own, except for Spacey, but to the movie production, no fault of their own. They were kind of dragged down through this, and they're doing the best they can now, but I don't know. It doesn't look like it has that much appeal anymore to me. And also, touchdown Ravens, baby. We're coming back. The Irish dancer will have his revenge.
Can we kind of pay attention to what we're talking about? Like, do you have anything? Yeah, sure. I don't
know. My interest in this film has kind of faded recently. It's not because of Spacey. I think, as I said, I think Plummer is a much better actor choice, but it's just that it's kind of been in that it's been not because it's been tainted or anything like that, but it's just been the hype of it, or the premise of it, like any excitement that would be there has worn off by now. That's my issue with it.
Right. Okay. Do you want me to move on to the next trailer?
Yeah.
Molly's Game, a film about a girl who is now becoming the target of the FBI investigation of her poker empire. An interesting story that I'm sure will have its place. I kind of do want to see this film. I want to give it a go. I'm going to go ahead and say I see a lot of potential.
Crackdown illegal gambling.
I mean, like, what do you guys
Loot
have to say?
boxes. What?
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, what do you have to say regarding this movie?
I wouldn't call myself an avid poker player, but poker's a fun game to play from time to time. I've got both the Poker Night at the Inventory games on Steam. They're fun. But the fact that, there's still people out there running illegal gambling dens that really haven't been exposed, this interests me.
Okay. And as for you, Krüz?
It does look kind of interesting. No one cares about Toronto. The I don't know. It looks pretty interesting, but again, it's one of those films I'd probably just watch at home. Not too much excitement around it, but it does look like it's a cool insight into that underground gambling world. As I've only been to, I haven't seen gambling anywhere other than Vegas, and I have played poker. Poker's pretty fun, especially Texas Hold'em. Yeah.
Right.
I have been
That's
given
all I
food.
Oh, good lord, because I don't want you to, like, leave the stream. Anyway,
The thing is, Shotter may be able to have more volume to his burps, but I can burp at will and more often, more frequently. So shut up.
Do you want me to move on to the next trailer?
Go ahead.
Oh my
Phantom-
god, I'm a seamstress. I'm a seamster, man. And
Underpaid seamstress.
I love this girl, but I can't see her because I'm so busy.
Phantom Thread. Daniel,
Phantom
next
Thread.
film about finding time for a girl will be most interesting. The one good plus is Daniel Day-Lewis is returning after 5 years since Linkin, so we'll see what happens from there. Guys, I don't know what your opinion on is for this movie, but I personally want to see it because A, it has Daniel Day-Lewis and he hasn't acted since Linkin, and B, it's very, very artistically and visually beautiful. But why are you not happy about this trailer?
No, I'm just. I mean, artistically, it's fine, but it's just like, oh my god, I'm too busy with my work, but I love someone. I must sacrifice either my love for her.
Oh, so you find the story contrived? Okay.
Yes, the story's contrived, not the the important bits.
I don't know. I think there's more than that when more to meets the eye with this film. I mean, at least for me, and especially if you're looking at an eye of a needle. But anyway, what do you have to say regarding this movie?
What?
I personally want to see it.
I'm not really sure like how this is supposed to go. If it's supposed to, I know it's probably if even if it's like has elements of psychological horror, I don't think it's really gonna delve into it that much because it kind of more deals with the obsessive nature of it. But I'm not really sure. There's a little too much uncertainty. It's not disinteresting, but it's just like I'm a little more confused than excited for this. I'm just like And I did really love Daniel Day-Lewis's performance in Linkin. As I've seen that movie like 2 or 3 times. As a of course, as a history student, that's what I do. But I feel like you should give him the benefit of the doubt because I think he is a really underrated actor.
Right. Do you want
to move on?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Now horror.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to move on to the stupid territory of the released films because as soon as we hit January,
fuck you,
everything just kind of goes to shit afterwards. Anyway,
I peed in your pool.
Insidious: The Last Key. I really hope this is the last film because by God, this series, while good at first, needs to go away. In all honesty,
It's not Friday the 13th. Shut the fuck up.
What do you have to say regarding this movie?
I don't give a fuck. I don't care about Insidious. I don't really care about it. It can die.
Yeah, same here.
I don't care about horror films. It was a little bit more comedic than a horror movie. That's what I see it.
Yeah.
In some respects, it is. But I think they didn't really explore the psychic's backstory much, which I think they're finally doing here. So that it does have the potential to be a little more interesting there. But besides that, I don't know. I mean, I think I've seen like the first one and the second one maybe, but other than that, they're not bad, but they're just kind of like the mainstream horror films that, for better or worse, that's just what they are. They usually have strong acting, but the effect wears off quickly. Like the best mainstream horror in recent years was, in my opinion, was The Conjuring. So, I mean, they're not all bad, but just I don't know. And by that, I mean like by big name directors, like what is it? What's the other one? Like there's Sinister, there's a Jigsaw or the Saw series, and other things like that. Sinister was actually pretty good, but just a little less scary and more just like suspenseful. But anyway, I don't know. It's kind of the same gimmick with Insidious throughout the whole series so far. So I don't know. It could really bomb, or it could actually revive the series. Who knows? But you don't know what's gonna go into this.
Right. And yeah, you already said your piece on Insidious.
You have to ask Naka one more time to be sure.
No, not
this movie's ass dicks.
All right, let's move on.
What?
The Commuter.
Ass dicks.
The Commuter. Liam Neeson plays in a very interesting movie, so I am kind of wondering how this movie will be played out. Another action movie, however, so nothing really too conspicuous here. Nothing out of the ordinary. I like it.
It's another Liam Neeson movie.
I like what the trailer is trying to tell us, but
I like the aesthetic.
I know, I like that. I just don't know what else to like about it.
What do you bet? It's just going to be another. It's going to be taken far.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of like what is it? It's like Source Code, but instead of Jake Gyllenhaal, it's Liam Neeson.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think Liam Neeson is a really great action hero actor in many movies besides Taken. I know, of course, it's like that's his main series, but there's also, was it Unknown? I think it was called. What was the other one? The one on the plane, not the other one.
Snakes on a Plane.
Not that one. The other one.
I don't know then.
But it was I forget the title of it. But then there's also the fucking The Gray was a really good one.
Well, The Gray is with anyone would like The Gray.
Yeah, it was really good. But I think he's really good. I think he's again doing what he does best. And also as the actress, I think what's her name, Vega something from The Conjuring. So I think she does make a good sort of villain in this movie. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it looks pretty exciting.
Yeah. Do you want
good
me to move
action
on?
movie.
Yes.
You go ahead.
All right. Proud Mary. I think this film pays homage to blaxploitation films. However, I do want to see this movie for what it is. I just hope it's really good. If you guys don't know what a blaxploitation film is, it's like taking a film. It's like a film such as
it's like a token black actor, but that's the entire movie.
Yeah, like have you ever seen Shaq?
Shaq?
Yeah, they say that is a bad mother. Shut your mouth. You know, that kind of thing.
I don't know.
It's the Nut Shack.
Oh yeah, fucking that shit.
But what do you have to say regarding this? Because I actually kind of want to see it, guys.
Honesty, this might make me sound racist because it's it pays homage to blaxploitation films. I don't really care about it.
Really? What is causing you to not want to see it?
It just doesn't interest me in any way. I don't know why.
Really?
My brain is weird.
Well, guess we'll just have to move on then. And as for you, Naka?
You see, you had to ask him again.
Ass dicks.
Shit. My second opinion is ass dicks.
Is
No, but
shit
really.
ass.
My first opinion is, I don't know. Does it look like a decent kind of, action movie, popcorn flick, just sit down, watch people kick ass and be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It doesn't really offer anything else, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
It doesn't mean it's a bad thing, but I can only handle certain action movies, if that makes sense.
Shutter's like, the movie appreciation. I'm trying to understand what he means by that.
Appreciation.
We're
Under-demeciated. Right.
Trust me. We're really trying to appreciate movies. I mean, the next one is anything is anything and is everything appreciated. You want me to move on?
Yes.
Yep.
Mary,
Ghibli.
Mary and the Witch's Flower. Studio Ghibli? Actually, no. From Yoshiaki Nishimura, who worked at Studio Ghibli. He's debuting his newest film with from Studio Ponok, which I think is going to be very interesting if we ever go into detail about it. I don't know what the plot of the movie is because unfortunately it's in Japanese. I could look for a Japanese dub. I didn't want to because I kind of like the Japanese actors a little bit more when it comes to the English dubs. But guys, what do you have to say regarding the animation on this one?
Oh, it's beautiful. It is freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean,
what do you have to say regarding this?
I think it's the best thing to come from what would come from Studio Ghibli that's not from them. And of course, it's the mastermind behind that. Films like I think was it Spirited Away, and I could name it. And then the Howl's Moving Castle. Those
Hayao
two
Miyazaki.
films. Yeah, those. Wait, I don't know. I'm dumb, but I'm a sucker for those kind of movies, and this kind of movie I think will. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and see it just because I already know I'm probably gonna enjoy this.
All right.
So yeah.
Cool. All right. And so you kind of want to see what this movie has to offer.
Absolutely. I give these movies a chance because A, they look good, and B, the people who behind them know what the fuck they're doing.
Right. Anyway, do you want to move on to the next trailer?
Back off, we'll take you on. Headstrong, we'll take on anyone. I know you move on. Headstrong.
Oh. Enough with Trapped. Anyway, 12 Strong. I was liking this trailer, but I was most distasted at the fact that the announcer guy brought up the title. An interesting premise for a combat film, but nothing more. I don't have much to say. I don't really...
The way I see it, and this is going to be very political, I see it as a bit of, way of hyping up Americans who believe that it was Iraq and Iran's fault, even though it was Saudi Arabian-backed forces that, did the attacks on September 11th.
And the guy who did it came from Egypt.
That's
or at least
just the fact that we impulsively invaded because we didn't, do enough thinking at first because we just acted on an impulse rather than, be a diplomat about this shit. That's what kind of turned me off when I first saw this trailer. It's just like, wow, we're really making a movie about 12 American soldiers who invaded a country that, yes, did have some trouble inside of it that could have gotten out. But we invaded a country because we believed that they were the ones behind this.
I believe they had weapons, but they did have weapons, but not the kind we were looking for.
Exactly.
Right.
This is the kind of movie that I'm just like, why? Why do you need to make this movie? We get it. 9/11 happened. We acted upon it. We really need to make a movie about how these are the 12 soldiers that started the war for our safety.
Do you want me to move on to the next movie?
Den of Thieves. Den of Thieves.
Den of Thieves. Another gangster film. Looks okay, but it feels like something I've already seen before. I mean...
Yeah, I'd rather see Baby Driver than this.
Yeah, Baby Driver was a good movie. You really need to see it. But what do you have to say regarding this movie, Krüz?
Yeah. So my name is Sam. Saddam's mustard gas was nothing compared to a Walter fart. But Den of Thieves does look like the best kind of action hitting film since Die Hard, but other than that, of course, it is what it is. It offers an ass kicking, that's all you're getting. But this does look like a good ass kicking.
Honestly, I'd still rather see Baby Driver or the latest Fast and Furious film.
Okay. So do you want me to move on to the next trailer?
To a movie that doesn't need to exist.
Yes, this is the final trailer that is being released. However, we still have our coming attractions later. Yeah, we're not done. Really, another Maze Runner film. The first two weren't that great, so why make another one? Whatever, Hollywood. Hollywood has already forgotten about you.
I
mean,
honestly,
there's just
I
not
don't care
much
about the
going
Maze
on.
Runner. I don't care.
Yeah,
I
there's-
never cared for it in the first place. The novel is far better than the quote-unquote movie
books-
that came out.
The books were all right. The movie was not too poorly done, but it just felt like it really ruined all the mystery of it. Because the point was you didn't really know what the monster thing looked like. You just had a vague description of it, which I thought was a little more exciting than actually revealing what it looked like. I mean,
right.
it's not as bad as a reveal of the fucking Onceler atrocity of the new Lorax or whatever that was. That whole
Wait,
shit.
you saw the Lorax?
No, the Nostalgia Critic reviewed the whole revealing who
okay.
the Onceler was, and then that was not fun.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna see this because I did like the books. I think I read up to this book. I think there are 5 or at least 5. But I don't know. The appeal of this kind of wore off on me as well.
Yeah. All right. So, do you want me to move on to our coming attractions?
Yes.
All right. Our first coming attraction is You Were Never Really Here. The film begins the story about a missing teenage girl with a brutal and tormented enforcer on a rescue mission. Corrupt power and vengeance unleash a storm of violence that may lead to the enforcer's awakening. Yeah, not much going on with
you
her.
mean like a demented version of Hopper?
Kinda, yeah.
It's
Got an interesting
weird.
concept.
It seems.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what's going on, but it seems to me the best I can grasp is that the rescue mission was a farce, and that he was meant to bring her back, but then also she was meant to be kidnapped for some other purposes. She needed to be transferred, and that's what he was doing, unbeknownst to him. And then he has to redeem himself from that, which I think is a good twist in the story. But I don't know. I found this trailer pretty exciting, as I would say. Yeah, I do approve.
Do you want me to move
Same.
on to our next coming attraction?
Boo!
Stand
Stand by
Alright.
for an operator.
Please stand by. Inspired by her no-nonsense caregiver, Wendy comes of age and escapes from her care home on the road trip of a lifetime to deliver a 500-page script to a writing competition. I actually really like this setup. This looks amazing. It stars Dakota Fanning as an autistic person trying to deliver a 500-page script to a writing competition for the next Star Trek episode. Or Star
Wow.
Trek movie or whatever. Yeah.
It does look fairly interesting. I'm not really sure.
And before it's based on a true story.
Yeah, not one I'd go out of my way for, but I do like.
It's
the
definitely a good
story
family
behind
flick.
Yeah,
I'll
about.
wait to see it with my family. This movie.
And you don't have anything much to say regarding this movie?
Not really.
Okay. The eyes. What's up with the eyes? The eyes
of the insane!
Alright, Alita Battle Angel. This trailer tells the story of a young woman's journey to discover the truth of who she is and her fight to change the world as she is hunted down by other people for an unknown purpose. Now, my first question is, what's up with the eyes, man? It's just...
She got
Ew.
bug eyes. What the fuck?
Mantis has better eyes and is more natural than you. Yeah, this is based on a Japanese book, which sadly I haven't read, but apparently this just kind of came out of left field. Apparently, like, the internet just exploded saying how they strongly disapprove of this movie. I honestly just don't know what to think of it. Really.
I just saw the trailer and just saw the little comment thing that just pops up on the top right corner of a YouTube video. It says, "What do you think about the eyes?" I'm like, why? You're just fuck off and let me look at this shit. Oh my god, they're not terrifying. It's not too creepy. I mean, there's worse. If you've played Doki Doki Literature Club, and I will not spoil it for you, but I will
Why
say
the hell is that game so popular in the first place?
Wait, Doki Doki what?
Doki Doki Literature Club.
I don't know what that is.
It's one of those. It's, if you don't mind me describing it a little bit. It's a if you had any interest in Corpse Party, you'll probably have interest in it. It's just I won't reveal what happens, but it becomes a very twisted, psychological kind of fucked up thing.
No, I know the
And
premise. I just don't know how it got so popular so quickly.
it's just it's the one thing everyone's been asking people to play, and people caved, and I just saw Jacksepticeye and Peards play it, and Game Grumps are still on it, even though they're making snail's pace, but they do have hilarious commentary as always.
Yes.
But where I wonder what will happen when they get to the actual the part. And if you've played it or if you've watched it, you know what I mean by the part.
All right, so do you want me to move on to our next trailer?
Yeah. On to one of my favorite superheroes.
Spider-Man.
Pizza delivery.
Into the Spider-Verse. Enter a universe where more than one wears the mask. As a new Spider-Man film unfolds, this time an animated film, not a live-action film. So not much of the trailer is given. Apparently, there's more than one Spider-Man in this universe, and yeah, that's really all I have to say. And I'm not gonna lie, I love the animation style for this trailer. It looks beautiful.
It's an interesting premise too, saying like if you bring back just different eras Spider-Mans, it's kind of like the only other superhero you could really do this with is Batman, because he had very distinct era separations, in terms of his character.
Mm-hmm.
With Spider-Man,
or generation.
Yeah, it's a little less so with Spider-Man, but you can still there's just the humor of Spider-Man, because Spider-Man was always one of the superheroes that humor was a strong suit. That the old Spider-Man, like his humor was, very classic pun, spot on stuff, and now it's more like the kid humor. But I don't know. I love Spider-Man. I'm not sure exactly how this is going to go, but as a fan of Spider-Man, I'm happy to go and see it.
Okay. All right. So, do you want me to move on to our final coming attraction of the week?
Holy fucking shit! It's a dinosaur!
Jesus Christ!
What the fuck? All right.
Thank you, Pepper Cody and the company for doing that. Thank you.
You do realize that was made before they even made that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. A volcanic eruption threatens the remaining dinosaurs on the island of Isla Nublar, where the creatures have freely roamed for several years after the demise of an animal theme park known as Jurassic World.
Reminds me a bit of the last level of Tony Hawk's Underground 2.
Yeah, but guys, there's a huge problem with this movie, and I could say what I want to say regarding this movie, but I don't need to, because I actually have, I was going to say that I actually have a good friend of mine who has something to say regarding this trailer, and I'm going to let him say what he had to say.
Do it.
Hold on.
Awesome. The couple's broken up, so we're gonna have to spend a good chunk of the movie seeing them argue and get back together. Awesome. They're running away from smoke. Hasn't looked as amazing as Tom Cruise running away from it in The Mummy. And there's a new dinosaur that's immediately killed by the T-Rex. And those dinosaurs running by really looks like they're there, man. So convincing. Sorry, it didn't do it for me. I hope it's good. I hope you guys enjoyed it, but didn't grab me.
Yeah, that was Nostalgia Critics.
I love him.
That was Nostalgia Critics' trailer reaction to the trailer.
Oh boy, another dinosaur that immediately got eaten by another dinosaur. You wore that trick to the ground. The only good one that they haven't really brought back was the clever girl one.
Or the Alan.
Alan.
Yeah. Anyway,
God damn, I hate that scare.
What do you have to say regarding this movie? Because I
want it to be good.
I want to like this movie.
Because Jurassic World was not as disappointing as it could have been. It was
still disappointing, but
not it missed, marks where it could have made them, and it doesn't have the, there's nothing that'll really come close to the original, but I think they do have potential to make something that at least feels a little bit different, more like an alien movie kind of vibe. That franchise, like more of like trying to get in and out and like not get killed, versus, having to run an actual theme park or whatever. They've accepted the theme park is a shit idea after all.
By the way, rest in peace, Richard Attenborough.
Yeah.
But
we'll see how this does. I want it to be good. And if it's not, it would not surprise me much. But it'll be damned if they don't go down swinging.
And as for you, Naka?
I'm actually very excited for this Jurassic World movie because it's both Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. You can make the arguments about this shit, but for semantics' sake, I'm just going to call it Jurassic World. It does remind me of the final level of Tony Hawk's Underground 2. It's the final mission you play in the game, which I'm not going to spoil, even though it's a 13-year-old game at this point.
Right.
But Tony Hawk's Underground 2 is a great game. Play it. But, fuck. I do think it's
I don't think Jeff Goldblum saves the picture.
No, I don't think it does. He definitely added in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
That was
playing a metrosexual character was
pretty great. I mean, not only did you get the Stan Lee's appearance was pretty well done, but then also you have Jeff Goldblum just kind of trying to steal Loki's thunder in a way. But yeah.
Like, there's not much going on with this movie. And I suppose, well, that's it for the agenda. The season, the 50th episode, everything.
Wait, hold on.
Guys,
let me check if we got mail.
Okay.
Man.
It's our tradition, of course.
It is. Of course it's our tradition, even though we don't get mail that often.
Yeah.
I don't get anything.
We got mail! No, we didn't.
Holy shit! Oh.
Well, guys, what do you have to say regarding this season? Because I thought that this season was definitely an upgrade compared to our last two seasons, most definitely.
Yeah, because we've got improved shit. I sound better, even though it was halfway through the season.
Yeah.
I finally have software that can make things easier for me.
Okay.
And
I finally have a pop filter, so I don't sound like a or whatever. I don't know.
You mean like Sylvester the cat?
I don't know. I don't make a fart noise between every sound. Like
Sir, we don't know how to shorten the email address. There's really no way that we can shorten it. We would have to create a brand new.
You have to change the whole
address.
username. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not even. I don't even know if it's possible.
It's a can of worms we don't want to open at this point.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, this season has been amazing. Just incredible. I can't believe we actually were able to get away with so much than that we could have.
Yeah.
Our donations were strong. We were able to get so many donations, and we were able to get a bigger and better podcast by the day. And my faith in Naka did not go misplaced. He is doing a fantastic job. Naka, you.
God damn, of course
rule.
I am.
You rule. Krüz, what do you have to say regarding this season? Wasn't it just wonderful?
I think this was like, I feel like we really just found a good rhythm for this season that it really struck. I mean, earlier in our, in 2016 and then I guess early 2017 account, we're trying to find a new rhythm or whatever to our show, and I think we've really settled into that. And even though what happened earlier today, I mean, we still have managed to come through that and to even thrive after that. And I think that's really an awesome thing that we have that really good. We can really we're a strong team. We can overcome all these roadblocks in our way, even thrust upon us, just out of left field. But other than that, we still also managed to have fun with it. I got to talk about shit I love. You got to talk about shit you guys love. Mm-hmm. And we get to just shoot the shit for about, an hour and a half to 2 hours. And I'm really excited to continue this in season 5. And really grateful we got, blessed. We got to Papa Bless. We got 50 episodes down. And I'm really going to be super excited for 51.
I mean, we reached 50 episodes, and I'm also wanting to know.
Please accept
What is
this
it like-
nugget. Please accept this nugget of friendship from us to you.
Yeah, but really,
It's a gold
when it comes to
sell for $5,000.
when it comes to 50 episodes, like what do you think was the best thing to happen to us while we reflected in those 50 episodes?
Boozy Barrister.
Yeah, I think that was the best one since the double guest of Shutter and Foxy Wolf. Like that was whole. You had them going back and forth, and then we had Boozy. Just he's a great show presence and a great just the way he handles PR. Like he handles himself very well. He is very well spoken and and he's fucking hilarious as well. So yeah, that was that. I think that's our. I'm not sure, but I think that's so far like our most viewed stream. Like after the fact, after it went live, that's the one that has most views. Not many of them have those views because not everyone's going to go back and watch it if they were here. But that was our. I think that test too is just not only because he was there, but because we were able to interact with him in such a fun way that it was super enjoyable. Yeah, I think that was a really good highlight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought Boozy was probably the best thing to ever happen to us on the stream. I guess the only thing that I really want more than anything else is we got to increase our viewer count, and I'm not too sure how to do that.
Paid.
But, we keep doing it little.
Paid advertisements.
Here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what we can do, but we're gonna keep going.
No, all right. Well, yeah. So I guess a big question that I think Felix is wanting to know. Yeah. When are we coming back? Because we did not really go into much detail regarding when we would be coming back. And honestly, yeah.
In all honesty,
want to know.
Can I make this decision? Because I'm the one who is going to be starting school on January the 3rd.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll be starting it later. I think on the 20-something. I don't know. It's because I'm not going out of the country this time. I'm going to be home, but yeah, I'll be able to adapt, I guess, to whatever schedule we bring up. We'll see what happens.
With mine is that my school is 5 days a week, 7 to 1:30, and I don't know how I'm going to deal with that. So I'm going to wait a few weeks. After school start, probably about 2 or 3 weeks, and then, start getting in a good rhythm and everything, and then get back to you guys of when we can start. If that makes sense.
I was thinking that we should start in like late December. That kind of thing. I mean, no, not late December. What the hell am I thinking? Late January.
Either that's right
next
now
year.
or way the fuck away. Late January sounds
Late
good.
January of next year.
Maybe I don't know. Let's see.
I mean, what do you guys have to say regarding that?
Yes, Grayson, there is a Subwoofer Discord. I'm not always on there a lot, especially now because I have finals and shit. Yeah, you'll have fun. Imagine Krüz, but you can't. But yeah, you go belch to me for a night. I can keep going until the cows come home, and let me tell you, believe you me, Shutter. Longevity. Quantity over quality here. Yeah,
there is a big question.
That was our oh my episode.
Damn it to K.
Damn it to K.
Oh my.
I will have to ask, guys. When do you think we're gonna come back?
Realistically, would be later.
Well, not well.
I
think it'll
just
be
told
later
you.
in January.
I just told you. Say it.
Were you not
I'm
listening
trying
to my thing?
I do apologize. I'm just trying to see when I start school.
Has a habit of asking Naka the same question twice. Again.
Dude, like my attention span is just so.
My
all
brain
over the place.
don't
It's
brain too
ridiculous.
good. As Markiplier says, I do. Markiplier says I do good with my brain hole.
I apologize. I just received a message. I need to turn my phone down. I cannot think straight right now. What else are we gonna talk about? Oh yeah. How do you think we're going to improve next year?
Bitcoin.
Invest in Bitcoin.
I don't think we're gonna.
No.
I don't
There's a
think we're
great
going to
meme.
invest in Bitcoin
You can't-
because Bitcoin is not
Naka,
doing really well.
You
It
can't
is doing
snort
very
co-
well.
You can't snort
is doing
cocaine
very
with
well?
you can't snort cocaine with a Bitcoin.
It's like it's anywhere between $10,000 to $17,000 a coin right now, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Invest in Bitcoin, you think?
All I know is that it's got a
Is it too
reputation. It's got a reputation for being very fluctuating. It fluctuates a lot.
It is
So it's
currently
not really-
$16,737.41 for one Bitcoin.
Jesus
So if
Christ!
we
I
were
thought
to invest-
Dogecoin was a bit.
So
was
if we
the
were
good
to
thing.
invest in Bitcoin, we would how much is a Bitcoin anyway?
I just told you it's $16,700 for a one whole Bitcoin. You can mine Bitcoin.
I'm not gonna mine Bitcoin.
It's not
but
something
anyway,
that you get out of the ground. It's something like you
Yeah.
run a computer program with.
Oh, okay. But anyway, yeah, I mean, there really is nothing else to talk about. I guess we can just talk about. Do you think that season 5 outranked season 4 outranked seasons both 2 and 3? Would you
Yes.
say, Naka?
Yes.
And just that's like there's no question about it, really.
It's easy to say that the current one is like the best because of hype, but I think we really not only just found a rhythm, but we also, of course, we had busy, but that's not the entire reason. We also had fucking fun this whole season, which I think
Right.
we really settled into a good rhythm, and without getting too complacent, and with also continuing to add new things like the visuals, which we'll continue to do, and hopefully, if we can, improve on those, because I'm flying by the seat of my ass doing those, and for doing that, like literally like late last night, finishing those, just being like, all right, this is good enough, I'm done. Yeah.
All right, so
I-
spring semester
I-
for me starts on February 5th. So we'll take it. So
The
we'll take
5th?
it up. So yeah, the 5th of February. So we'll take it from there.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll just have to talk about what's going on. Apparently, people want to join us in a
Discord call.
this Discord
Discord
call.
call?
I'm not too sure if Naka or Krüz are going to do it. I know I'm going to do it, but there are some things that I need to talk about.
Being there
But,
now. I'll have to
in
charge my
regards-
computer a little bit, but I guess.
in regards to the season, guys,
I'll open it.
this has been a great season. This has
Pretty
been
much so.
one of the best seasons I've ever had, and I can't wait till next season. What do you guys? I mean, like, I am so excited.
Hell
I
yeah.
am so.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Let's go.
So, do you want to do our usual ending season tradition?
I forget what the tradition is.
Line.
A celebratory awoo.
All right, let's go.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Lead. Ferdinand.
Yeah, I couldn't bring that out, could I?
Nope.
So
Good job.
So yeah, I also want to say something right now. I finished my application to CSUN, so I'll be transferring to CSUN really soon.
Ravens field goal. We're within 3.
Yes. So I'm very, very excited. I can't wait for next season, guys. This has been 50 episodes. Do you think we've come a long way?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember
Well,
the early days more so, and we've come a long way. I have actually a better internet. We'll see what comes of that later, but I mean,
Guys-
it'll be weird because I've done a few episodes from my home Wi-Fi, which is Verizon.
Right.
But then here we have, I think it's Comcast. I think it was something else, but it was Comcast. I don't know. It wasn't a named thing. I mean, before this, I had Charter at my gap year, which was disgusting. Charter sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. If you guys don't know, this has been a great 50 episode milestone. And if you guys want to know what your best thing was during these 50 episodes, your best memory. Leave a comment or tweet to us at Subwuffer
Live a like, it's a scrap.
Hit that bell as if,
As
Bjorn
a
Frost
good-
used to say.
For whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee, because you just hit it, right?
So, we don't really have much to talk about. We could talk about how much we got donated. If Naka wants to do that.
A metric fuck ton.
All right, so Kyle has donated $200.
Yes.
Felix
Awesome.
has donated 10, 20,
100.
30, 40, $46.66.
Nice.
Shutter has donated $10. So
Awesome.
$256.66 in donations in one season.
Awesome.
Holy
That is
Jesus.
wonderful. Yeah, we don't know what to do with all of that. But we've already done something with it. But anyway, guys, that's really all I have to say, and I just can't wait for next season. I'm very, very, very excited to start next season off.
Maybe we should do your laugh your lips. No, we're not going there
lowball
yet.
content.
Anyway, guys, this has been season 4 and our 50th episode, and I cannot wait for next season. I hope to see you again. As always, my name is Scarfy.
I'm Naka.
And I am Krüz, and I will outbelch you, Shutter. Believe you me.
And this has been our 50th episode and the season 4 finale of Subwuffer Entertainment Treehouse. We will see you again next year, hopefully, if net neutrality, that kind of thing.
Yep.
But net.
That's what I was hinting at earlier. Yeah, anything will be better than Charter, thank God.
Yeah. Anyway, we hope to see you again in net neutrality, and call your representatives, spay and neuter your pets. Do not neuter net neutrality, please.
Do not neuter the neuter.
Yeah, please don't. Anyway, guys,
Neuter the neuter.
have yourselves a fantastic night, and take care.
Good night. Have a good winter break season time thing.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.